Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, a standalone Dungeons & Dragons podcast. Every episode is a separate, complete adventure, so you can listen to episodes in any order. Today, we are joined by Jade.
Hello, I am Jade. I am a level 3 Tiefling Paladin, although if you are not using copyright words, you can call me a Devilkin. I have red skin, black hair, and equally dark, no sclera eyes. So, like, if you guys have seen those horror movies where the people have no white parts to their eyes, I learned that is called a sclera for Jade, because she don't have any. I also have horns sticking out from my forehead, and I speak in an accent because I am from a land far, far away.
Wing.
Hello, my name is Wing. I am a level 3 Corvidian Ranger, and I have my good friend and eggmate Nugget with me. I am feeling slightly under the weather. I don't know what it is. Something happened, now I don't feel so good, and also I am, how they say, bird naked, because all my wings have, my feathers have fallen out. So I am, besides my regular hoodie that I wear, I also have now a large sombrero on my head, and I am wrapped in a towel because I usually do not have to wear pants. So this will suffice for now.
And Willy.
Hello, it's me, Willy. Level 3 Hexblade Warlock, and I died. But I came back to life, and now I'm just a regular chap. I stand roughly 6.5 feet tall, with a very gaunt build. I have slight fin gills along my neck. My eyes are covered by my curly brown hair, and I dress like a Victorian ghost.
Excellent. Normally, everyone starts in the Fire Breathing Kittens Guild Hall, but today, Jade, Wing, and Willy have decided to explore the city in this lovely day, and you've all decided to venture out of the guild hall for brunch at a posh patisserie named Jade in the gentrifying and trendy neighborhood called the Clothing District. As you converse and sip drinks, you sit in this beautiful cafe with iron tables. There's people of all races and sizes are sitting outside in the nice spring air, drinking coffee and enjoying the beautiful day, having pastries. And you see this street has become almost completely gentrified. The buildings have been redone. You know, there's a bunch of different trendy shops and sort of hipsters hanging around. There's a guy playing like the bongo drums over on the other side of the street, and you see you have a waiter who's coming in and helping you out, but you also see across the street a bit of a scene going on. You see a sort of a big burly man yelling at a slight woman in robes who appears to be a mage of some sort.
At what stage of the meal are we at?
Ooh, yeah.
So you guys have your coffee and your pastries, and you are sitting and eating. It is so this place gives you have some like clotted cream and some other, it's got a French name, but it does the English tea thing as well. So you've got that and the 3 tiers of different pastries and stuff to enjoy, and your pot of tea. So you're sitting and you're enjoying.
I love this. Can I roll an insight check as I motion my head towards that, trying to get if she's in any danger, and then I'll say to my compatriots, "What a jerk!"
All right, go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
It's going to be a 15.
A 15. So you get that there is something going on over there. So as you look more over across the street, you notice the building is old. And it's not gentrified at all. And it even looks older than the buildings that have been rehabbed, and it's falling apart. It's actually partially demolished. As you continue to look at the two people exchanging words, you don't get the sense that she is in any imminent danger. I mean, this is a very open street area. This is a busy area. It's a weekend day, so there are people, going on errands, things like that. This seems to be sort of, this man is angry at her, and he's like counting off things on his fingers and like yelling at her, but there's no physical violence happening at all. And she's kind of like got her head hung. You get the sense that she's getting chewed out.
Okay. I don't see the need to bring that up yet. I'll just, kind of mention like that guy's being a jerk.
Yes, it makes it quite hard to enjoy my pastries. Does anybody else's also not have any taste to them?
Let me try yours and I will tell you. I try his.
You try the pastry and it is...
Wait. Do I have permission to try your food? I don't just yoink it off your plate. I'm sorry.
Like maybe you do.
Can I try yours and I will tell you? Here, you try a bit of mine. I cut a small piece off of my cream cheese Danish and I pass it to you.
Okay, thank you. You were a little bit forceful first, but sure, you can have a taste. We can exchange flavors.
Okay. All right. So with consent now, can I try?
Yes, and so he gave you a bit of it's a seed cake. He is a bird man after all, right? So he's eating a seed cake, and
Cute.
It's got like a bit of a lemon flavor in there as well. This is great. Okay, so you enjoy this. I mean, the seeds are small; they get a little in your teeth. That's annoying, but it's so good. You're willing to put up with that. You don't care.
Oh, lemon poppy seed is so good,
isn't it?
Man.
Yeah. And with like and so as you guys are sampling, your waiter comes over and he says, "Hey guys, as you remember, my name's Wendell. I just wanted to make sure that everything in your dining experience today is happening okay. Remember, these are vegan, grass-fed butter that goes into this here. Yes, I know that's not a real thing."
That is like a triple negative, or like oxymoron.
Vegan grass-fed butter, yeah.
It could happen. I thought of how. Do you guys know how?
How?
All right, go for it.
Because veganism is for animals. If it's not an animal, if it's a cow person, and they are grass-fed and they consent to be milked, you can make butter from them. And that's why I laughed so hard.
Vegan, grass-fed cow person milk, and
you got there
totally
quick.
Consensual milk. This is, the brand name is Consent Milk.
Oh no!
It's
Consent
it's
butter.
so good. It's
Definitely watch for that in a future adventure.
Consent farm.
He's like, "Can I get you guys anything else? While you're here, do you need a refill on tea? Are you okay?"
Could I please just get more of this delicious consent butter? And then he does a turn to camera and holds up a piece of butter. I had to do it.
The consent
And then
butter
everyone in the audience is like, "Why are they sponsoring this episode? God."
Oh my god, I love this.
So he says, "I'll be right back, sir, with your consent butter, vegan, cruelty-free butter." And he leaves. He kind of, as he leaves, you see him like kind of give a look across the street and kind of roll his eyes again, and just kind of them again, and just he walks away to go retrieve your butter.
So as Willy is just, because like he is but when he was born, before he died, he's like a sea snake little guy. So he can kind of unhinge his jaw a little bit. So he's just eating whole cream puffs and sticking them way too far down his neck because he doesn't know how to eat. He just picked this up a few weeks ago. Do you guys have any plans today? I think there might be an adventure in the clothing district afoot.
So as Wing is looking at Willy, Willy is of course looks older than Wing, so Wing will definitely copy his eating habit because that's apparently how the adults do it. So I will also still not tasting anything.
Is Nugget eating as well?
Oh yes, Nugget is now it's a little bit bigger. He's now size of a small dog instead of cat maybe. So he also has a very big mouth that opens all the way wide, and that is like take a plate and just empty it into his mouth, and he consumes a lot of food for his size. Yes, don't stick your hand in there anymore. I think he can now munch hard. So what is this adventure in this clothing district you're talking about?
Well, I noticed the waiter roll his eyes at that one building that's not gentrified, where someone's being yelled at. And I'm getting the knack for this. I think there might be something afoot.
What is gentrified?
Oh, they take these old buildings and they improve them. Look how nice this cafe is. The fresh brickwork and gardening that decorates this place versus that building over there where clearly that holdout is refusing to sell.
Ah, they make it more boring. Yes, I understand.
It's not wrong.
I don't know if Willy would really know about it too much. So, but there must be some reason as to why. Maybe we stick our nose in other people's business and almost definitely destroy something in the process. After brunch, of course.
Of course. I keep eating. There's clotted cream. I'm happy.
Oh, and as you do that, Willy comes back and I'm sorry, not Willy. It was Wendell, the waiter, comes back. You got me all confused. It's like too many W names. I did that by mistake. Wendell comes back and he's like, "Okay, sir, I've got your consent butter here. It's warm to the room temperature, which is what the cows prefer. Cow people, excuse me." And he sets it down in front of me. He's like, "Yeah, so I'm like sorry about those people. I know they're probably bothering you, but they've been trying to rehab that building for like 3 years, and like nobody can do it. So I'm sorry, and if you need me to go talk to them, I totally will." Because consent should be enjoyed in like a really nice environment. If you shouldn't just eat this. Like, you don't eat this, you enjoy this. So if you're not enjoying it, like I don't even think legally I can give it to you.
Oh, don't worry. I always enjoy consent butter. But no, I think we'll actually talk to them. What's like the deal? Who are those two people? Why can't they rehab it?
So like, I don't really know who they are, but like I know that building has gone through like I think in the last 3 years there have been 9 different owners. They've all tried to rehab the place. They've all started and then they've all stopped and left, sold it off to somebody else for even less money. And it's like, we're trying to run a business here. I mean, how are people supposed to enjoy our cruelty-free vegan butter with like this going on across the street? Okay, like this is a travesty.
Well, perhaps if we could figure out why the building can't be rehabbed, maybe a little reward for solving your problem for you could potentially exist. Could I speak to your manager, but like in the good way?
Yes, maybe we can negotiate a monthly stipend of consent butter.
Ooh.
I mean, like, listen, the manager's not here today because it's Sunday, you know, and they have like days off and stuff. But like, I know the consent vendor, and if you can get it so that like we're not having like literal travesties across the street, totally ruining people's enjoyment of their cruelty-free vegan butter, then like, I mean, I can hook you up.
I need a butter pun here. I was thinking, oh, that sounds butterful, but I can't get one. You guys help me out.
Like, I can't believe it's not cruelty.
Oh my god. It's like the rival brand that's horrible. Or good, I guess. It just sounds weird.
These tequilas are strong.
Oh my
Listeners, if you
goodness.
don't have a tequila, you should get one. Join us.
Listeners, if you don't know, it's 10 o'clock in the morning.
Join us in the drinking.
Why not?
Have a tequila sunrise.
So no butter puns, but
Oh, no, I mean, you've buttered me up enough, my friend. I'm very amenable.
yeah.
We fit the quota of butter puns.
We've fallen down a pun hole.
Yeah.
We need to dig our way out.
Okay.
Perhaps by dealing with this definitely haunted house, right, guys? I'm getting a real haunted vibe.
Was that because you are a ghost?
I'm a little prone to, like, assuming things are because something has died.
Yes. We should distract Wing from whatever is going on with him, and we should investigate your ghost. I also, as a town guard, love to stick my nose into places that do not belong. Let's go!
I technically have no nose, but I do have a bird nose, so I will also stick it somewhere, yes.
Check, please, my dear friend.
Okay, how are you going to be paying today? And he just pushes across the thing. You are surprised at how much cruelty-free vegan butter costs, but it was worth it.
So we need this hookup.
We do!
You are now
Discounts.
addicted to cruelty-free
Yes.
vegan butter, and you have a habit that you have to control.
I'll write that down on my character sheet. Cool. How much gold?
It's going to be 12 gold, which is a lot.
What? Jade,
All right, well-
Jade does not possess 12 gold.
Willy was
Total.
taught by Tanager to always pick up the bill when you're out with friends. So, Willy will foot it.
As you guys are finishing your transaction, you see the mage across the street sort of throw up her hands, and she crosses her arms, walks across the street briskly, and he gets in the to-go line and is just like you can see her huffing just at nothing. Very agitated, very upset.
I would like to walk up to her with the Nugget in my arm and I go, "Hello, miss. You look like you are slightly agitated. Maybe perform a little dance, me and my Nugget partner, and we will cheer you up."
I don't know who you think you are, but I don't want to see you dance, okay? I'm here for my coffee.
Oh, that sounds like a person who has never seen Nugget dance before. Nugget, do the thing. And Nugget starts doing the thing.
She is looking at you like perhaps you have the plague.
I mean, you might.
I know. Oh, I forgot about that part.
Yeah.
That would be kind of weird.
Oh, yes, I
Hey, you
am.
want to see my dog dance?
Oh, she probably thinks you're homeless.
This weird naked bird wrapped in a towel coming up to her. Hey, hello.
Oh, birds are really ugly naked. Oh, no.
Excuse me.
Willy will lean over to Jade and go like, "We need to get him to Dr. Crud."
I don't see a lot of featherless birds. Is this normal? Is it molting? I do not know.
Well, okay, yeah, while Wing is being adorable and trying to cheer up a person like a good boy does, can I make some sort of check to tell what's going on with his loss of plumage?
And I did tell you that his pastry tasted delicious. So it's weird that he couldn't taste it. So maybe that's the help action. I don't know. And it's weird he can't taste things,
So
Yeah, what
you
would that
want to
be?
you want to see why his feathers are gone?
Yeah.
Yeah, why because I just adventured with him 2 weeks ago or whatever.
Okay, so I think you would want to make an insight check for that.
Okay.
And you know what? If you have animal handling, I'm going to let you add a little to I'll give you a +2 to the roll if you have animal handling.
Okay, you know what? I love him so much. I'm going to actually use a new spell of mine.
Okay.
Called Borrowed Knowledge.
Oh.
So this basically allows me to add proficiency to one thing I don't have proficiency in.
Okay.
Just for one check, I believe. I'll check the exact wording, but I really just need it for this one. So, yes, I do now have animal handling.
All right.
Let me total that up. I have a 2. Proficiency is 2, so that's 4. Plus 2 is I'm rocking a plus 6.
I would object to me being classified as something that falls under animal handling, but he gets 3 points out of it, so I will stay my hand.
That's a 14, so that's a dirty 20, as Willy's
wow.
hair kind of like straightens a little bit. His like build fills out, and he channels one of the previous holders of the spirit inside of him, Wild Willy.
All right, so as Wild Willy...
What's going on with this boy? What's going on here?
As Wild Willy comes to the forefront of your mind there, you get that this is something that a sick bird would exhibit. This is not a molting sort of normal bird thing. This is what happens when birds get incredibly stressed out, when they are ill in some way. Something is wrong with this bird.
I'm a sick bird.
Aside from the fact that he's wearing a towel. So, like, aside from that, something is physically ill inside of him.
Could I tell maybe with an additional check what it could be?
Because of his specific ailment, I'll go ahead and if you can make an Arcana check.
Cool. Oh, bummer. Only a 9.
So, no, you're not sure what it is, but there is definitely something amiss, and you can't tell if it is a physical ailment or some sort of a magical ailment. Something is wrong with this bird. He is stressed in some way.
Okay, so then I would look to Jade and go, that bird's sick.
Sick bird.
Do I notice the personality change?
I mean, yeah, it's semi-obvious. You also saw him last time when he became Whirlpool Willy, the pirate voice.
Yeah. Yeah, you've done a few different, okay. All right. I mean, heck, I'm like a demon thing, so I'm not going to judge. I've decided Jade doesn't judge people. So just sends them to jail if they break the law uniformly. That's the only way to deal with her conflict of how she is an abomination, but she desires to continue to exist. So, all right.
I feel like Paladin is super on brand for you. So I'm very happy that this is the character that you have. Jade.
Jade.
I am probably lawful in real life, yeah. Yeah, so she's like, I'm not going to judge you. You're not breaking the law, therefore you are good. Right? You have multiple personalities. That's fine.
Who doesn't?
Spice life up. Okay, so that's what's going on inside her head. And then what she says out loud is, well, she's concerned about her friend Wing. So she says, do we know a doctor, or is there someone we can take him to? Or maybe we should talk to him about it in confidentially. In confidence. Ask what's wrong.
Might be magic, so maybe we get a wizard or something.
Oh, maybe I can. I have been learning those things recently. Let me see if I can do anything about this. Because paladins can, right?
Yeah.
Spell list.
Ooh, that's smart. You could also drop 5 points of lay on hands to try to cure a disease.
Ah, look at all these things I can do. Oh, wait, no, I mostly just took smite.
Smite him, just in
You
case.
can smite him.
Yeah, the only thing I can do is cure wounds and lay on hands because I am a smite paladin. So, okay. We're heading across the street. Willy pulls forward because he's all interested in what's going on. And I, like, drop back with Wing. And I'm like, hey, Wing, I noticed that you're not looking so good. And you know your pastry tasted delicious to me. Oh, lemon poppy seed. So, would you like, I can give you maybe some hit points. I have been learning these really cool things. Can I give you a hand massage?
I have never gotten a hand massage before, so I'd be up to try that. Sure.
Question. Do you as a bird have hands?
Yes. Just to be... Yes. Yeah, in a way, yes.
I've always figured the tips of the wings are sort of like digitized feathers, so you could like grasp with them or like hold them flat and like they would be wings.
That
All
is
right.
what my...
like if it's wing arms.
That's what my artwork is showing, so yes, that is correct.
Okay. Perfect. My blessed touch can heal wounds. As we walk across the street holding hands and I give him a little bit of a hand massage, I use my pool of healing power that, with my pool, I can restore a total number of hit points equal to my paladin level times 5. So I'm going to restore 1 at first and see if anything happens.
Actually, you're unable to restore the hit point. You lay your hands on him and you do the motions and the somatic components that are normal to that lay on hands ritual that you're used to, and nothing happens. You don't feel any hit points leave from your pool. You're not able to heal him.
Okay. And then it says you can cure multiple diseases and neutralize multiple poisons with a single use of lay on hands if I expend 5 hit points. So I then try to do that. It says expend 5 if you would like to cure the target of 1 disease or neutralize 1 poison affecting it. So I try that, and I assume that doesn't work either.
You heal him, and Wing, you notice that you are less itchy in your behind area than you have been in the past, and you feel that maybe the worm infection that you had for the infestation you've had for the longest time has finally cleared up. However, you still have no feathers. You still look really bad for a bird. You look like a naked dinosaur.
Arr? I have no comments about the worm thing, because I do think Wing has not the best eating habits, so yeah, probably would have gotten worms at one point. Yeah, that's fair.
And maybe he copied another, like an actual bird, its eating habits. And it was just like, I was on a bird diet for a while. It didn't work out for me.
He eats like a bird.
Turns out,
gross.
more person than bird.
How do you wait? What foods do you eat to get worms? Does anybody now? I'm curious. Like, what do you avoid?
Carrion
raw meat, I think mostly.
Or pecking at the ground, maybe, and just picking up like parasites. Like actually trying to eat worms, and in the process, you eat like a clump of dirt with worms.
Oh gosh, raw meat does it though, but like, ooh, okay, no, grossed out. Keep going, yeah.
Yeah. So wait.
Thank you, Miss Jade, for head massage. I think something has gotten better, yes.
I try. If you need anything, I'm here for you, my friend.
Maybe some pants at one point would be nice.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I know someone who would love to take you shopping, but it's not Jade. Wait.
I mean, I am mostly covered. I have a long hoodie on, so
naked.
I use your feathers down there.
Okay. I have a son. He just moved away to college. I have all of his things in my house. So I will bring you a pair of pants. So I'm gonna get him a pair of pants. I'll be right back. I live in Nickemway. I'm just gonna pop by my house. My son has Sasha. He's in college for divinity. He has so many clothes and stuff. At my house. I bring Wing some clothes. Or do you want to come with? Actually,
we're in the clothing district. There's probably a pant shop within like 10 feet of here.
You should be picking this out. Yeah. What
Willy is correct. There are clothing. There's all kinds of clothing stores around there. You've got places where you can buy by the pound, used clothing, vintage clothing. What do you want?
I should mention I have 0 gold. I can tell you how good you look.
Okay, so actually, Wing grew up in kind of like a small knit group of people, so I will probably have had hand-me-downs all my life, and I'm kind of charmed by that. So if you manage that you have like clothes that you could pass me down, I'd be like, oh, that's so nice, just like my family always does. So Wing be way more interested in that than buying new clothes.
Oh, yes. Should you be there to pick it out, or should I pop off and get it and bring it back, like for quest derailment purposes, you guys, fellow players and DM?
I think you guys should go together, and then Willy can do a little investigating, and then that'll split the time up evenly.
Yeah,
and
let's split the party.
Yay!
Every time, every single time I DM, what are you going to do, guys? We're going to split the party in the first scene. Okay.
Let's all die.
Because we're cool. Yeah. All right.
One group is putting on pants. The other group is dying. It's equal.
All right. So the pants party of Jade and Wing take off to go find pantaloons for the naked bird man. And Willy, you approach the other side of the street and you see a burly construction looking like guy with his arms folded, running his hand through his hair, and he's obviously agitated.
I'm going to check to make sure that the mage is still at the coffee shop, and then I'll go briefly speak to the construction worker, please.
Jatem's line this morning is quite long. She is right in the middle of the breakfast coffee rush, and yeah, she's still in line waiting for her coffee. So you can head across the street to talk to the construction worker, and absolutely have she will still be there for several minutes at least.
Heck yeah, dude. Then I'm gonna go approach this construction worker and say, "Oh, hello, my friend. My name is Willy. I noticed you were in quite a discussion with that woman. What's up, dude?"
Hey, Mac, listen, yeah, she was working for me, and it didn't work out. It's one of those things. Sorry if I interrupted your brunch or whatever, but I'm trying to get this building torn down all the way here. I gotta put in, a new place here.
Well, what was she working for you on?
Well, so I gotta put a new Moondollars in here, and I'm having trouble getting rid of some parts the building that are already here, tearing it down. There's like this big rock that's got like a sword or whatever in it, and I can't get it out. I tried to move it with magic. I tried to move it with dynamite. I tried to move it all kinds of ways, but I haven't been able to get it out, and it's slowing down production. And listen, like, my boss is breathing down my neck. You know how it is, right? You know what I'm talking about, Mac. And I got a bonus coming if I can get it done within the next 15 days, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. This magic lady, I don't know what she's doing.
Being a Hexblade warlock, that spirit inside Willy just goes like, "You need that sword." So like, "Oh, a sword and a stone, you say?"
It's a rock. I don't know, whatever. Sword, stone, fine. Sounds kind of weird.
I mean, I could try to get it out for you, like, no big deal.
Hey, Mac, if you want to try that, that's fine with me, but like, my whole crew, we tried to pull it out. We used a crane. I don't know, you look pretty thin.
Thank you.
Do you need like a sandwich or something? Cause like,
no, I usually do not eat.
Alright, well, that's freaking weird.
I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, look, if you want to try it out, you gotta put this hard hat on. But like, if you want to try it out, you can come in the site here and just give it a yank. But like, I don't know. Come on in. That's fine, whatever.
I'll be right back. And I'm gonna run across the street to the mage.
Hey, don't take my hard hat. I need those. I got serial numbers and stuff.
I'll be back for it. And I toss it to him.
All right. Weirdo.
So I'll approach the mage-looking person, and are my party members perhaps back from the trip to Jade's house?
Let's do a meanwhile. So you guys head to Jade's house, and she opens up the closet of her son, and you see a myriad of different colored pants in a row. Her son, being very anal retentive, keeps them in order of color, so Roy G. Biv, and you can pick them out as you see fit.
Oh, and I definitely introduced you to my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, so pants.
He also has one kilt.
Oh, now you're speaking my language. I will definitely take the kilt.
That's pretty dope. Good for mobility, too.
It's very breezy on the bits.
Keeps you breathable. It's good.
Yeah, I'm not used to having anything tied around my legs or other things, so yeah, the kilt will be very good. I would like that.
Okay, so this was a kilt that your son used for cosplay every now and again. So it's like an old style great kilt that, like, with the piece that wraps around the shoulder. And he used it a few times, and he's really like kind of lost interest in it. But he kept it because kilts are expensive. So
Please make use of this. It was for his adventure to Nikkakan. Nikakon.
Konakoi?
Fantasy.
Look forward to more of Nikakon in the upcoming episode of Fiery Kittens.
Nikamoy Fantasy Scroll Convention. Nifska.
Nifska.
Nifskon.
Oh, he does love
Nifskon.
scrolls. Yeah.
Very well, very good.
Yes, 2 years ago. He has not used it since. Please, enjoy.
Okay, I have to figure this out a little bit. Oh, don't worry. Nugget, you can help me dress, right? A short comic routine for 5 minutes of me and my good friend Nugget trying to dress me in a piece of clothing I have never worn before follows. And then we can go
give me
downstairs to meet your wife.
Give me a dexterity roll on that, and if you have anything that you think is relevant, then fine. But give me a dexterity roll.
Would acrobatics help with this?
You know what? Actually, yes, it would help with this because folding a kilt is like definitely acrobatic.
All right, here we go. That's an 18.
You just met the requirements to correctly fold the kilt, and so you have a it's not perfect. Your folds aren't totally even in the back, your pleats, but you look pretty good. You could pull it off. If you had a cap and some bagpipes, people might mistake you for a weird naked Highland bird.
I looked up how to put on a kilt, and the top question is, do you lie down to put on a kilt?
In fact, you do. So you lay down 9 yards of cloth, you make the pleats on the side, you lay down, you throw the belt underneath it, and then you belt it around yourself.
My goodness.
Okay, so this took some time.
Yeah, it takes like 25 minutes to put on a kilt.
I don't think we are back yet when you're talking to this wizard lady.
But luckily, meanwhile, Willy is is approaching the mage from across the street, who is now in line at Je t'aime.
Hello, I'm Willy. I overheard your discussion with the man across the street. I heard something about a magic sword. I'll make it short and sweet. I want that sword.
Yes, I'm sure you want the sword, but you cannot get it out of the stone. It is impossible, I say. It is true.
Why?
I've tried several times. I have researched many books. I have looked. I have tried every spell that I know to remove this, but I am unable to do so.
Do you have any theories as to why it is so against it, or is it truly impossible?
It seems as though the magic that is on this stone and this sword is different than the magic that I use today. I do not know. It seems as though it is another brand of magic entirely.
Interesting. Well,
Incompatible with mine, you see.
And what kind of magic do you work with?
Standard magic? I don't know. What do you mean? There's the magic of the age. This is the magic that we all use.
Interesting.
The weave.
Well, do you want to get a coffee and speak of magic? What is your name, my friend? I've got about 25 minutes to kill.
My name is Cassandra. And if you buy coffee, I sit with you. That's fine.
All right. Willy's kind of feeling Cassandra. He's like, okay.
So she's, to describe Cassandra, she's wearing, sort of standard mage robes. They're blue with sort of silver filigree along the bottom and the sleeves. She's blonde. She has blue eyes and a very angular features. Beautiful, but also very sharp. I guess is very angular features.
Cool. He's going to enjoy a coffee with a beautiful woman.
All right.
And wait for his friends to come back.
All right. She orders a large black espresso, a double.
Willy will copy.
Okay.
Because he doesn't really know how to eat. And he's like stressing out a little bit because he is super bad at eating and drinking. So he's like, oh, God. Oh, God.
She sips her espresso. And meanwhile, enough time has passed that Wing and Jade are now back meandering into the area of Je t'aime, the patisserie.
Plus one kilt.
Plus one kilt.
There's one question. What was the name of your wife you were going to introduce me?
Oh, yeah. By the way, not in character, but like, you met Alice. She's nice.
She was nice.
We've been married 25 years.
Oh, that's so nice.
I'm 52, by the way.
Is that old for Devilkin, or?
They age about the same as people. So, I mean, is that old? Is that old, listeners? Is that old?
I mean,
yeah, it's a bit old.
at that age, Wing would be dead, so probably thinks that's pretty old.
Yeah, I always thought that was weird that birds don't live as long, because, like, if you get an African grey, you have to put that in your will. So it's kind of interesting that D&D is like, yeah, birds don't live this long. And I'm like, you seen birds?
I mean, I think by and large, the largest amount of birds don't live like 90 years. I think that's only a select few birds.
Yeah, but they made like crocodiles live shorter than people, and I was like, yes, seen like tortoises. I'm just saying, reptile people might make it a bit longer. Anyway, so Alice is
nice.
She's lovely. She's a nice person. She's really nice to you because you are my coworker.
Oh, well, was she nice to Nugget? That's the most important question.
Definitely, everybody's nice to Nugget. Yeah.
Okay, now I like her.
How could you be mean to Nugget?
I don't know. Some people are Drake-phobic.
Drake racist?
Definitely not Alice. I've been married to her for 25 years. She's a keeper.
Cool.
Okay, we're back.
Yep, you're back. Now with a kilt.
Yes.
Cool.
You see Willy speaking with the mage Cassandra and having an espresso. He's trying to navigate the very small cup. Not quite sure what to do with it. Puts in too much sugar. At one point tries to bite the cup.
We're getting visuals.
Yeah, sorry for the listeners. I'm miming biting a cup, and Willy did not like it.
Mr. Willy, look, I have new clothes. I do the spinny twirl, which is not a good idea to do with a kilt, dear listeners.
Cassandra, these are my dear friends. Wing, Nugget, and of course, Jade. My friends, this is Cassandra. She is a very proficient arcanist.
Hello.
And also, there's a sword in the stone situation that I am deeply curious about.
It sounds like a job for Chosen Willy.
You flatter me too much, Mr. Kilt.
Mr. Wing killed. Okay.
What is the problem? Is the stone and the sword an issue?
Apparently, it is central to the building structure and impossible to move.
Okay, so you have pre-made Kotrak.
I also thought, maybe work around the stone.
I said the same thing to the foreman over there, but he says that is where the plan says that the espresso machine must go, and it's a Moondollar store, coffee shop, so you know that it's a great corporate. Everything has to be the same.
Ah, yes, the massive chain Moondollar.
Thank you for getting the reference. I appreciate you getting the joke. The other two look at me like they're crazy.
Corner.
Oh, that took me way too long. Okay, got it.
That's wild that they're opening it up across the street from another coffee shop.
Well, he said, I asked why, and they said that the nearest Moondollar is over 2 blocks away, and that is too far for some customer to have to walk.
I take Willy and Wing aside and I say, but if they open a Moondollar right here, will they not put out the mom and pop? Je t'aime?
Oh yes, we should definitely sabotage this operation.
Yes, otherwise, where will we get our consent butter?
All right.
I do love my consent butter.
Okay, we have a secret plan. Yes, let's go.
This week's episode sponsored by Consent Vegan Butter.
Yeah, I'll bid adieu to Cassandra. It was so lovely to meet you. I'm a fire-breathing kitten. You can usually find me staring at a spider in the guild hall if you would ever need anything that I could provide for you. We're gonna go mess around with that sword for a while.
Okay, good luck with you with that, because I said it is I think it is impossible.
Cool. And with that, I'll lead my friends over to the construction worker and introduce them, I guess. Get them some hard hats.
Mac, the foreman, he's a big dude. He's got, rolled up shirt sleeves, but his arms are thick and with ropey muscle. He's got hairy arms as well. He's a human, and he's standing around. He has a crew. There's a lot of half orcs on the crew. They're all just like sitting around, sort of waiting, and they're on their magical powered machinery. Like the magic bulldozer and stuff, and they're all waiting, and it looks like they're just bored. And inside this construction site, you see like there's the foundation is or the floor has been partially laid. There's partial walls, and then in the midst of all of this, right where you would think in a Moondollar where you would see an espresso machine, there's this polished angular stone with a sword sticking out of it, and the sword is it gleams with a whiteness on the blade. The hilt is gold and has looks like jewel filigree work inside of it. This is a beautiful sword. And around it is also like the various detritus of a construction area. There's tile, there's like drywall packages on pallets and stuff. And the foreman is like, yeah, so as you can see here, we got like this sword and this rock. And, like I said, we tried to take it out with the crane. I couldn't do that. I tried to bulldoze over it. You see the dents over there in the blade there. Yeah, that's coming out of my bonus, But if you guys think you can move it, go for it.
Okay. I have an idea. Being a Hexblade Warlock, I can touch a magic weapon, and if I basically attune myself to it in an hour, I can bring it into an extra dimensional space that I can then summon it from. So I'm just going to try. I know she said it was weird magic, so it might not work, but I'm going to at least try holding onto this sword for an hour, and then try to, I make it my packed weapon, and then extra dimensionally put it in my space.
Okay. So you stand there. What are you guys doing during the hour that he's standing there holding the hilt of the sword?
Popping my head into rooms that aren't finished and being like, "Woo, studs, woo."
Wing, how about you?
I see that Mr. Willy has some sort of idea, so I just copy him. I also stand next to the sword and touch it.
For an hour.
Maybe you're Hexblade too. You just might not know it yet.
I don't know what the Hexblade is, so maybe.
Willy, you're touching the sword. You don't. When you touch it, you get a feeling that it has magic in it, but it feels very different to you than what you would normally feel like when you feel magic. It would be kind of like if you lived in Kansas and all you ever ate was like biscuits and gravy and other sort of plain American food, and then one day you got dropped into India and someone gave you some like really spicy Indian food. You're like, I know this is food, but it doesn't make sense in any of the ways that I understand food.
Okay. Willy would then like to make an Arcana check.
Okay.
And use his flashback ability.
Okay.
Very similar to borrowed knowledge. This allows me to add a d6 to pretty much any skill check by recalling past memories.
Okay. Not of yours or of anyone's.
Well, it's the whole thing about being the species I am.
Yes.
Is you're like reborn. So you have these past lives that you're connected to, and Willy's is because the spirit inside of him has had many vessels before, but then they all died. So then they're like, little spoiler for Willy, but what if he can't die? Then he can do what the spirit is destined to do. But he invokes the spirit of Willy the Wizard. Or let's go with Wilhelm the Wizard.
Okay.
Okay, so the Arcana is a +1. I'm adding a +6 to it. Heck yeah, dude. That's a 24.
Wow. Okay. So as you claw back into the knowledge from Wilhelm the Wizard, you get flashes of an ancient age. From your perspective as Wilhelm the Wizard, you are surrounded by books in a library. There's huge tomes and a large candelabra next to you, and you're flipping pages through this ancient manuscript, and you come across on this illuminated page a description of the previous age of civilization within the continent that you guys live in. And you get the sense that, so you're reading a history book of something that happened, and there is a sketch in this area. There's some sort of black, malevolent looking force. Then there's the sword, the stone, a small sketch below that of a temple area, and you can see that it is an artifact of some kind of a previous age.
Interesting. Okay, so the main sketch is this malevolent figure, sword in the stone, and there's also a temple nearby to the stone.
You have the malevolent force on the top of the page. You have you're looking at a 2-page spread. On the left-hand side page, it's text, and it contains information about the history of this age. And then you see the malevolent force coming down. On the right-hand side, you see the sword in the stone there, and then below the sword in the stone, you see a sketch of a sort of temple underground area.
Okay, can I read the text?
You are able to read the text.
What does it say?
So the text alludes to a obviously, it kind of describes what's going on in the image, that the great old one is awakening to destroy the second age. And you happen to know, as a Wilhelm knows, that currently you're in the third age, and it's been the third age for quite a long time now. So this is not something that's recently happened. And it underneath the sword, you see in the image, it says "a true blade for a true hero," and it mentions that blade will help to stop the great old one from ending the second age.
I look to Wing and go, "How peculiar. It appears this is an artifact from an ancient age, used to fight some sort of malevolent force. I'm going to finish my experiment with it, but then I think there might be a temple nearby that perhaps might be connected to this sword in some way."
Mr. Willy, are you okay? You sound kind of funny. Do you have worms that can make you feel real weird?
He kind of shakes out of it because, it's only a flash of a memory. And he goes, "I'm feeling quite fine and very resistant against illness."
So, Jade, what are you doing while he's having his sort of out-of-body experience? You still checking out the other rooms?
After an hour, I would like to say that I would stand on post like the London Guard, never moving, but realistically, I'm a town guard. I'd be like, wander! I'd wander back.
Okay. So you're back with them, and you see him sort of come out of this trance that he was in for a few seconds to checking the memories of his alter ego. And he comes out of it right while you are watching him.
And again, I've decided that since he is, by his actions, doing good deeds, it doesn't matter how weird he is. That's right. That's what laws are for. They tell you what's good and evil, not, you're born evil. I'm a tiefling. I've got issues. I'm just kind of nodding off a little bit, like bored. It's been an hour.
Yeah. Okay. Wing, you just watching?
I thought Mr. Willy was gonna do something and get the sword out of the stone, so I'm just like, okay, this is taking so long. Why don't we just, pull the sword out? And I try to pull the sword out of the stone.
Okay, go ahead and make a strength check for me.
As you all know, I am very strong.
Should he use athletics?
If you would like to use athletics, yes, if you are proficient, you may.
It would not help me. It would not
Just
help.
nat 20. That's what you gotta do.
That's a 5.
So you pull and pull on the sword, and as you're pulling, your grip slips and you fall backwards onto Nugget.
Oh no. Nugget, are you okay?
Go ahead and make a perception check for me, Willy.
17 on the die plus 2.
Okay,
So,
19. So you notice underneath the sword, there is, as you're sort of brushing some dust away from that area, you notice an inscription that reads, as you look at it, there's some of the letters are broken away, but as you read it, your mind puts it together as a true blade for a true hero. So you do see that underneath. It's not all there, but that fits the letters and the amount that's still left.
A true blade for a true hero. That was included in the book that I saw in my vision as well.
Oh, Willy, you're back. You were quiet for like an hour. Yeah. What's up?
Oh, I was just chilling, holding a sword. Just Willy stuff.
Yes. Sometimes, I've seen you sleep. You just stare at that spider for 8 hours, standing, waiting.
Yeah. I'm conscious the whole time.
My
That
friend.
makes it worse.
Ooh, some existential dread right here.
Yeah.
You never have nightmares.
I never dream.
Oh, no.
I just hang out all day, looking at bugs, and speaking to the voice inside my head.
So you say that the sword is only for a true hero. So I think we can easily solve this. I place Nugget on the sword handle. Pull it out.
I saw that coming a mile away, my friend. Go for it, Nugs.
Nugget bites the sword and tries yanking it out of the sword, but he ends up just sort of shaking his body while his head stays stationary on the sword. So it's like his whole butt and everything is just like swinging around, but he can't move it, can't budge it.
Oh, you underestimate him. He now has a 16 strength. He might be one of the strongest in the party, physically.
Well, you can roll for it. Let's see an athletics roll from him.
All right, let's go. Come on, that's 20. Nuggets become the chosen hero. All right. So that's only a 9, sadly. He is stronger than me.
He's shaking it about. He's trying to like do that thing that dogs do, like when they get something where they shake it like it's gonna break its neck, but instead, because it can't move, his whole body is just going back and forth wildly as he's trying to shake that.
It would have been amazing, but no.
So has the full hour passed?
Yes, the full hour has passed. You do not feel connected to the sword at all. You get, like I said, you get the sense that like the magic that you're doing or that you use is of a different flavor or type than the magic that this is using.
Yeah, the spirit inside me where I get my magic from is like, this sword sucks. We should get a different sword. Okay, calm down, King of all creation. Like we'll find we'll get this sword. And Willy says that out loud, apropos of nothing.
Oh, Jade is on sword number 2 of her fire-breathing kitten's adventures. So she says to you, "Oh, don't worry, I can help you buy a sword. They're quite common. It's only 15 gold. It's okay, you can have a sword. This one is stuck in a rock."
I wanted this one, though. But a true hero. You are a town guard. You're a mother. You
really like the
lived
cops?
a long life. Yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe they were really pro-military in the Second Age.
I'm good. I have a sword. No.
Wing is holding up a dagger to Willy. Here you go, a small sword, but it still works.
Oh, thank you, Wing. And he, like, has other weapons on him, but will be using this dagger for the rest of the adventure.
All right.
Nice.
Cool.
I think you can construct a wall here, and you can do a cutout right here above the sword. Put the espresso machine in the cutout. It'll be hard to reach, but it'll be fine. Problem solved.
Mac is standing there this like whole time, like tapping his foot, kind of like, what are these assholes doing? And when you say to put it over there, he's like, yeah, like, listen, lady, I would love to do that, but, this is Moondollar, and, like, they're real particular about where stuff goes, so it's all corporate, right? You know how it is. I can't talk to them about it. They don't even listen.
Well, then why did you buy this building? You notice there's a cafe across the street.
I didn't buy the building. They bought I'm the contractor, lady. You know how this works here?
well-
I don't own this thing. Jeez.
It sounds like they will lose some of their infinity profits to this. Oh, no.
Listen, he's trying to build, a spell jammer so he can go out into space and stuff,
Oh, no.
Yes, I heard the CEO of that recently launched his carriage into space.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
he launched his carriage, but now he's building a spell jammer. He's trying to sail to some other universe. Look, I work construction, lady. I don't know. Okay, these rich guys, they do this kind of stuff all the time. I don't know. All right.
I feel the need to charge you extra. I'm not charging you, but I feel the need.
Look, if you can get the sword out of the stone, I'll give you 40% of my bonus. All right.
I'm now motivated. I'm going to walk over to the sword. Because you know what I don't want? All the space stuff. Okay, so I'm like... all right. I put both hands on this sword. I brace myself. I have been trained in athletics.
All right.
And I roll. Now, not super great, but I try. And I pull on it with a 12. And probably do nothing.
you pull on it, and you get to the point where you're feet braced on the rock, pulling it up using your legs, lifting with your legs. You remember that from, I don't know, college when you moved. And you're trying to pull it out. You're holding it by the cross piece, trying to pull it. You kind of put your shoulder under it. You're trying to push it out, and so far, no luck.
That will be 1,000 gold.
Yeah, look, lady, if you get the sword out, I'll give you, I got 1,500 gold that I can give to the three of us. But, if you keep the sword there, I can't put the espresso machine in. Corporate's gonna come down. They're gonna replace me. I get no bonus. You get nothing.
I have a solution. I look at the stone around the sword. And what is connected to the stone? How big is the stone and how far does it go?
So the stone is you see there's tiled floor around part of it, and around the rest of it, where there is no tiling, you see that the stone continues down, and you're not sure. You see it kind of go into the ground.
I draw my own sword and I swing at the stone. I would like to attack this unmoving, helpless creature. Object. Unmoving, helpless object. I'm gonna Searing Smite. I can Searing Smite once per day. It means I got real angry and my Hellfire came out.
Yeah, it did.
Totally a lawful good paladin, I promise. I assume I hit, right? I can probably hit a stationary object.
You hit a stationary object. Yes, auto hit.
Okay, when I cast this spell using this... So here's the cool thing about Tiefling Paladins, you guys. They get a second level spell slot at level 3 because of their racial bonus, which is not important later. At level 20, you don't care about an extra second level spell slot. But at level 3, it's higher level magic than anything we could possibly do at this level. So, I Searing Smite it. The initial extra damage dealt by the attack increases by 1d6 for each spell slot above level 1. Ow. 1. Please make a... Your weapon flares with... Okay, it's only if I hit a creature. Wait.
I will allow it.
Nothing happens. Oh, okay.
I will allow that. I think that... No, I can see it happening. So, would you like to describe it, or can I?
You can describe it. I'll tell you a number. By the time
Okay. So, Jade picks up her sword, and she's like, I've got this. And you see her swing down, she kind of jumps into the air a little bit in a slow motion arc. You can just see her come down hard on this sword in a sort of superhero pose where she ends up on one knee, looking absolutely badass. And as her sword makes contact with the with the stone there, you see a bright, searing light come out. You are temporarily blinded for half a second, and as this happens, you see parts of the floor melt away and are shattered.
Oh, no. He's going to charge me 1,000 gold. Oh, no.
And you see part of it crack and go away, and then a bit of rock caves in, and you see a small hole in the ground.
Ooh. And that was 7 slashing damage plus 11 fire damage as it bursts into flame.
The tiling and one of the pallets catches fire. The half orcs who are sitting there are like, oh, Osha's gonna be so mad at this. And he's like, who invented this? Does she have clearance to be here? And so they're all putting out this stuff, and as you look down, you see this is a darkness below in this collapsed area.
Oh, sorry, I've never done this before. What happened? Oh no, I don't know what happened, because first time being a level 3 paladin, first time pyromaniac exploding sword smiting.
The sword and the stone look great. It actually looks a little bit better than before because the fire burned off any old nastiness that was on the sword. So now it looks incredibly clean. There's a little bit of ash and soot on it, but other than that, it's looking good.
I put out the fire with everyone else.
Okay, the fire is out, and Mac's like, hey, listen, I'm not going to take it out of the bonus if you can move it, but if you can't move it, you're going to have to retile this floor.
Willy, while they're talking, is going to go to that hole and, light a torch and see how deep it goes.
Willy pushes the torch down into this hole, and it appears that it's a hallway that leads east to west, which seems to go in towards the sword and away from the sword back out to the street in the direction of Jotem.
How big is the hole? Is it enough for a person?
Yeah, this is so you can squeeze through and down onto a pile of rubble that was the ceiling of this hole, and it's maybe about 8 feet down. So you're able to jump in, and you've got a bit of a ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, Willy's over 6 feet, so it's only a 1.5 foot drop.
Mr. Willy, before we go down, do you also want to try the sword? I mean, we already loosened it for you, so it should be easy for you, right?
Oh, I mean, I tugged on it a little while I was holding on to it. It wasn't budging.
All right.
I'll give it one last tug to be safe.
Your hand slips off, and you've got soot and ash all over your hand. And
I've dirtied my palms.
Sorry, I don't know where that came from. I had a really spicy burrito last night. Woof, I don't know.
Yeah, look, we all eat spicy burritos sometimes, so I understand, lady. I had one the other day. The Porta Privy has never looked the same, okay?
Hey, we all love a spicy burrito. I'm going in this hole.
Yes, I'm just embarrassed to want out of here.
Okay, I just need to stop for a sec and say Porta Privy. I came up with right then, and I felt like that was really nice. So I like that one a lot. So I'm gonna
solid.
put that in the written column.
Yeah.
All right.
Proper pun.
Also, Moondollar's very good.
It took me a long time. I was like, what can I do? What can I do to make it obvious?
I think it was a solid 10 minutes since you first mentioned it before I got it.
Yeah, the first time I was like, what?
Moondollar.
But yeah, hole.
All right,
yeah.
So as you slide down into the hole, you're standing on some rubble, but it looks like it was at one point cut stone. It is very dusty down here. Cobwebs, spider webs, and you see the hallway extends in either direction. One going towards the sword has a stairway going down, and going away from the sword, like I said, it seems to go across or underneath the street. You're not really sure exactly where it goes, but in the direction of Jotem.
Cool. I'll wait for everyone to get down, and then look for them. What are we doing?
I join.
Oh yes, we will all go down.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, you guys. I've never erupted anything into flames before. Oh my goodness, I don't know what that was.
Sister Jade, if you hadn't have done that, we would have never discovered this catacomb.
Fair point.
Yeah, but please, if you are going to do fire stuff, please warn beforehand. I don't really have good experience with fire. It's no good for me.
Is that what happened to your feathers?
Not this time, no.
Oh, okay. I will try to not exhibit any completely unexpected powers ever again. I have complete control over this. Oh, wait, no. I will try.
I feel like a responsible thing is to test out your powers every time you level up as a person. That's what I do.
How do you know when you level up as a person?
I mean, do you not feel it?
I just found out I leveled up, didn't I?
I'm a level 2 human. I felt it.
I had this weird pop up one morning that says, "Congratulations, you're now level 2." I don't know what it was. Is it just me?
Oh, man.
The dark spirit in my head reveals arcane secrets
Don't
about
listen to
how
that
to
one,
control.
people. Oh, no. Stay
So we have
level
to
1 in that.
So what you're saying is always listen to the dark voices in your head when they reveal secrets to you? Okay.
He's taught me so much: how to kill, how to curse, how to summon blades out of the ether.
Ooh, let's hear a curse. Or do you mean like not swearing? I thought you had some really creative ones.
Oh no, I can run one off. He was raised by hags.
All right,
so
let's hear a
Willy
Victorian
definitely
curse.
knows hexes and curses.
All right.
I banish happiness from your life. May never again you feel the warmth of the sun or the love of another. Live forever in poverty and woe.
Dang.
I'm scared now.
The tunnel before you leads down in a spiral staircase. And which way are you going?
Down the
Down
spiral
a-
staircase?
Maybe let's go floor by floor. Because there's a tunnel that goes out from where we're standing and then another one that goes down deeper.
Yes. Correct.
Cool. Yeah, let's just walk into this and then make sure we're not going to get pincered, because we need to make sure our escape is safe. I don't want to be trapped underground in case there's monsters here. A true hero's test is often something dangerous.
That is fair. I would not like to run back, and then something on this level would prevent me from running back. Good point. So we do clear the floor before we head down. Yeah.
You walk away from the staircase and down the hallway. You come at the end to an old stone door.
Oh, I sniff the door. I have divine sense.
Okay.
I can detect things that are undead and things that are divine just by sniffing. It's an action. So if there's undead things behind the door, maybe it'll smell a bit like farts in that room, and then we'll be prepared a bit. I don't know.
All right, let's hear it.
Oh, that's just it. It's just an action.
Oh, okay. Do you need to...
Nope.
Okay, you do not smell any undead farts on the other room. However, there is an aroma on the other side that you do seem to like.
Oh, it says I can detect celestial, fiend, or undead. But this is probably not a fiend or an undead, because they don't smell so good. So I'll be like, maybe this is a bakery. Let's head in.
It gives you have like, the smell is nutty, and yeah, it's a nutty smell and full.
It smells like pine nuts. Let's go.
Oh, I usually like those.
The door opens inward towards you guys, and you can see various scrape marks that are filled with dust. But as you grab the ring that holds the door closed, you pull it slowly open. It takes a while for you to fully open the door, but you see behind the door is almost barred, but it looks like it's going the opposite direction. And as you look at it, you can see stacks upon stacks of Consent brand cheese, butter, milk, and other dairy products on a shelf. And as you are peering through this stack, you see what looks like the beanie of your hipster waiter walk by on the other side of the shelf.
You guys, it is Wendell. Do you see? I point him out to you guys.
So you see the beanie kind of do like a turn, your vision is very obscured with stacks of this butter and different milks and things like that. And somebody back there, like, you guys know we're supposed to keep that door closed.
Hello, Mr. Wendell. This is the spirit of the consent butter. You are doing a good service. Spread the word about the good consent butter. And also give a discount to members of Fire Breathing Kittens. Maybe like 80% because it's quite expensive.
My God, is that you, Jeremy? Jeremy, come on. This is not funny, okay? You did it last week. I'm so tired of it. It's time for your shift. Wash the dishes, okay?
No, this is not Jeremy. This is the
yeah, all right,
spirit
shut
of
up, Jeremy. And you just see him walk away and go upstairs. And he's like, oh. So I'm going to go talk to the manager when he comes back. Oh.
Oh no, now I feel bad for Jeremy. He's going to get a talk with the manager.
Oh no, poor Jeremy. Quick, close the door before we get yelled at.
Okay. Clunk.
You're able to close the door. You could pocket any of that butter if you wanted to, but it's up to you.
No, you get in trouble.
Not while Jade's around.
I would never do it when Jade's around. No.
I hang out with a guard.
I'm not good at stealing. I have butterfingers.
There's the pun.
All right, well, let's rush down the hall and go into the spooky spiral staircase.
All right, heading down the spiral staircase, you feel a cold draft as you walk down the stairs. It is dark. Do you have a torch with you? It is lit, but it is otherwise pretty much unlit. As you continue on down the stairs, you see in front of you what looks like a shimmering pool of liquid in the stairs. It looks like a rippling, undulating liquid, and if you touch it, it is cool to the touch.
I will definitely touch it.
But it doesn't feel wet. It doesn't. Your hand comes back dry.
Ooh. Oh, I would have definitely touched it. It's like, oh, it's water, but not water. The water is not wet today.
You can, through it, you can see like an outline of the stairs continuing, but they're wavy and weird.
This seems portal-y.
I sniff it.
Smells portally.
Oh. Would you like to send Nugget?
What are you talking about, Jade?
You're implying.
And Willy steps into the portal.
Willy, as you step through, you can feel like your hair stands on end, and as your head emerges from the bottom, as you kind of slowly staircase down into it, you feel a pressure differential. So like your ears pop. It's much cooler down here. You get like cave feeling versus just like a few feet under the ground. You feel like deep cave. And your hair is standing on edge, and there's it's just cool in here, very cool. And there is a subtle light coming from the bottom of the staircase now that you can see.
Cool, I'll keep walking, assuming my friends are behind me.
Willy, can you hear me?
Do I hear anything?
She sounds like very, very far away. You know, almost like she's like talking down like a long tube. You can like sort of, and it's echoey, and there's sort of like a tinkling sound that accompanies it, like little bells or something.
Okay, I'll pop my head up, see if I go back.
You go back. There is another pressure differential. You feel that your ears pop, your hair stands on end. You have like a little frost kind of growing on you at this point. But it melts right away.
Come on, guys. The water's fine.
Okay.
and with that, let us bring to a close the first part of our episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens. Today with us, we had Jade.
I'm a Sinks, so I'm a little concerned.
Willy.
I'm perfectly normal.
And Wing and Nugget.
Aye, laddie, I do believe we are now officially Scotsmen. We have a kid.
Yes.
My apologies to all our Scottish listeners.
Oh, we're going to have skirmish like in a week too. That's great. Look forward to it.
But with no apologies, Willy would love to ask you for reviews on iTunes or whatever your preferred podcasting application. Please, reviews are how we get by, and it helps us know that there are people out there who love us. So please, if you have the time, leave a review. 5 stars only. Goodbye.
We hope that you're enjoying this episode of the Fire Breathing Kittens podcast. Please leave us a review on iTunes.com. If you leave us a review, we'll read it on air. It's fun listening to the words of your review get read by the characters you know and love, so go to iTunes.com and leave us a review today. Can you think of someone who might enjoy this podcast? Please share it with them. Is their birthday coming up? A special anniversary? Would you like us to wish them a happy day on your behalf? You can arrange for us to read your shout-out on air at firebreathingkittenspodcast.com through our partnership with the website Buy Me a Coffee. Do you enjoy reading books? You can find paperbacks and ebooks based on our adventures on Amazon.com in the bookstore, Fire Breathing Kittens, that part's all one word, podcast. The authors do a great job of adapting the stories into fun novels. We also have official merchandise on Redbubble.com. Imagine owning a notepad with the Fire Breathing Kitten logo on the front, or a t-shirt with one of your favorite characters. And lastly, I'd like to take a moment to sincerely thank all of you. We don't pay to advertise this show, so the only way we can grow is through the support of listeners like you. Thank you.
Welcome back to Fire Breathing Kittens, a standalone D&D podcast that you can listen to in any order. Today's episode is featuring Jade.
Hello.
Willy.
Hello.
Wing and Nugget.
This segment is sponsored by... I forgot the name.
Consent.
Consent Butter!
Consent
And
Dairy
that's
Company.
a fumble.
My life rolled a natural one.
Do you want to do... Okay, let's do yours again, Wing, because... No? Okay, you got it. Okay. So who would like to do today's recap? I will roll a die.
I'll do it.
Oh, okay. Willy will do today's recap.
We started out our day having a lovely brunch, though a commotion across the street at a dilapidated building caused a touch of disturbance. After discussing it with our waiter, he explained that that building had been owned by multiple people, none successful in renovating it. We interjected ourselves into the situation after negotiating a deal for some of that delicious consent butter, and found out, after a little distraction and kilts, that a sword in a stone was the reason that the building could not be worked around. After a few failed attempts at releasing it from its bondage, our dear friend Jade struck it with a mighty blow, opening a hole in the ground, in which we found an underground tunnel that led to more consent butter. We tried to play a prank on our dear waiter friend, but he just blamed Jeremy, who might be in dear danger. But now we've descended through a portal into a mystical cave.
There might be a lady in this lake. Aha.
Women in lakes distributing swords is not a good way to base your government.
Thank you.
As you descend through the rippling water-like surface of what Willy has determined to be a portal, you continue on down this staircase, and at the bottom you see a pale light glowing from the bottom of the stairs. And as you continue on, you see downstairs an opening. It opens up into a decently sized room here. Now, this room is broken apart. It doesn't look like there was a fight or anything in here. What looks like is age happened. It looks like this room was at one point a grand temple, some sort of, beautiful area that had been carved in marble and, has decorative filigrees everywhere. But time has ravaged this place. The marble itself is dried and crumbling. The statues around are in various states of disrepair. Part of the ceiling has fallen in, and there is dust, spider webs, and just absolute just erosion and natural forces have taken over in this area. You see in the back of the room an old, it looks like a hologram almost. It's see-through, but it looks like an old wizard who says, Congratulations, team. You've beaten this challenge. And it continues on saying that over and over again. Congratulations. You've completed this challenge. And it seems like something may be going amiss with it. Behind him, you can see a sliding door that is partially open. This hologram-like structure, or like person, is an older gentleman. He's bearded. He's wearing a cloak with the hood down, so you can see his face. And he's just a wizened old man.
This feels odd.
Wing would definitely walk up to the weird old wizard guy and try to touch him.
Your hand goes right into him, and you don't feel anything or anything. It's just it's almost like you see like the lights of him, like part of him that's like lit up, sort of dances on your fingers or your bird fingers as you do. And he continues, congratulations, team.
Looks like you were right, Mr. Willy. There is a ghost here.
I don't know if this is the type of ghost I was looking for. Maybe we move on, and Willy will squeeze into the next room.
So you squeeze into the next room, and what you see before you is another room, again, racked by age, but you see in front of you 2 doors and 2 stone golems, one next to each door, and ahead of you, you hear the wizard voice say, "A true hero must also possess wisdom and intelligence. You must solve this riddle to proceed." The 2 stone golems are standing there. One of the doors has, like, the frame of it has collapsed into itself, and the other one seems to be relatively intact. There's a small dais, and on it there's a lectern, and it's got a carved inscription on it that has eroded away. You can only read part of it, and it says, "One of blank blank will guide blank blank, and behind the blank 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 blank, death. One of the guards blank 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 lies. You must open one door, but blank 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 question blank blank blank."
Can you read that slower? Because I assume blanks are letters, and now I'm paying attention to how many blanks.
Oh, I think they're words. I think I might have heard of this riddle before.
One of the
One
guards
of
will
blank
guide.
blank will guide blank blank blank, and behind the blank blank blank, death. And that one's like underlined. One of the guards blank 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 lies. You have to choose and open one of the doors, but blank 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 question to blank 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 blank.
Okay, let me read that
Wing.
back. One of blank blank will guide blank blank blank, and behind the blank blank blank, comma, death, underlined. One of the guards, blank 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 blank, lies. You have to open one door, but blank 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 question to blank 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 blank.
Okay.
Is that right? That
Close
was
enough.
blank. Okay.
Wing. Wing, my dear friend. Do you remember this one?
Oh, I am not able to read what is written there, sorry.
Ah.
I'll read it to you. It's okay you cannot read. One of blank blank will guide blank blank blank, and behind the blank 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 death. One of the gods, blank 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 blank, lies. You have to open one door, but blank 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 question to blank 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 blank.
So how many blanks were in the second verse?
Okay.
7.
Guys. No, just check me here, Jade. One of the doors will guide you, the other will lead to death. One of the guards tells the truth, and the other tells lies. But you can only ask one question, or something to that effect. Is that roughly the right amount of blanks?
Wow, Willy, the knowledge that you're getting from the voices in your head that come from elsewhere, they are so informative. I, Jade, liver in Nicomoy, would never know such things. Wow, you are so smart.
Did you say liver in Nicomoy?
I fixed it.
Sorry. I
Well,
like that.
the spirits inside me have livered a lot of places.
That is so smart and clever. So how do we tell which one of them is telling only lies and which one of them is telling only truth?
This is the part that I'm real fuzzy about.
Yes, I
'Cause
feel
know-
like I have forgotten the answer to this one, and I do not want to look it up.
I don't want to get it wrong because that would be embarrassing.
Oh, but that is easy. We just let one of them talk to Nugget, and if he nobody can lie to Nugget because he is too cute. So if he tries to lie and he fails, we will notice it.
Okay, let's do that. Where are the gods?
The guards are standing there. They are stone golems, so they're just very quietly standing, very still. But you can see a glow in their eyes.
I have a question for you, God. Is this Nugget cute?
How
Thank
dare you
you.
even ask that question?
But we know the answer. Therefore, we know which one lies.
Oh, you are a smart person.
You have already asked your question, hero. Please use the knowledge to choose a door.
I feel like we are not the first people to come here.
You have already asked your question, hero. Please use a door.
I look in the back of it for a reset button.
Try hitting it.
Oh gosh, no.
Don't touch me there.
Oh
You
no.
do not have my consent.
Okay.
Milk.
Yikes.
Oh no, if only we had some consent butter.
So my theory is, it seems like whoever came through was successful in the first room. This one has a caved-in door. So that feels like maybe they messed up in this one, so we take the other door? Or do we crawl through behind them?
Well, so if, let's say, worst case scenario, if the door does have the desk, right? If the door that is open, we can see the desk. The door that is closed, we cannot see the desk. So let's look.
Okay.
Okay, we Scooby-Doo the door.
All right.
One head
so
on top, one in the middle.
Yeah.
Nugget's definitely at the bottom.
All right, so you guys pop out highest to lowest, as Scooby-Doo generally does. Fred's on top, and then no. So you guys pop out into the doors, and in the door that is still open and not fallen in, you see what looks like, you know, those infinity mirrors where you see like just a row of torches it looks like just a row of torches is going on and on and on into infinity. And you also see that in the other doorway where it's collapsed, you see the same seen. However, go ahead and roll an insight check for me, everybody.
Below 10.
10.
14.
All right, so Wing, you notice Nugget is sniffing around at the broken door, and he's like pawing at something, and you see he like as he moves his paw around, he brushes dust out of some what look like to be some heavy scratch marks in that area of the floor.
Can I see how large a claw would make these scratch marks? Or is it like a scrape?
It's a scrape, I guess, more than a scratch. It looks like it would have been if you were to maneuver a door or something in that area.
So the door was opened, it scraped across the floor, and then it collapsed. So that looks like death to me, because if you were opening the door and then it collapsed on you, you would be dead.
Yes, and this torch hallway seems like another puzzle. So, also, where are we right now? This is a weird thing.
You seem to have been having some sort of vision earlier. Do you want to share with us? Your eyelids were fluttering. I could not tell what you were seeing, but it looked interesting.
Oh, yes, you were out of the room checking out studs. Supposedly, in something called the Second Age, there was a great evil that needed to be vanquished by the power of this sword and a true hero. And then it had some reference to a temple, which, maybe that's where we are. How about that? Totally whiffed it on that one, guys. All right, well, I'm going to go in the back.
What about
Poor
this
Willy.
temple? What about it?
Oh, I mean, assume it's some sort of testing chamber. And then that should release the sword at the end, hopefully, but why?
It would be way more hilarious if it released the guy who ended the Second Age. Just saying.
That would be wild and on brand for FBK.
I don't see how that is. That's not really a ha-ha funny.
That's a good
It's more
point.
like, oh no.
Something might be a little bit wrong with me.
And the Devilkin being like, you know what would be funny? The apocalypse.
The end of life as we know it. Oh, that's
Oh,
my
man.
favorite.
And then making you responsible for it. Lol.
Yeah. What if, like, rain was lava?
Funny. So I would like to walk up to the door that is not collapsed and try to open it. What could go wrong?
Releasing hell.
So you the door opens. It's actually open because you guys did look through it, so you're able to open it. It's stepping through. That's you get the sense that that's what you need to do. So are you sticking your hand in? What are you doing?
Oh, I'm stepping through. I mean, the other door was deaf, so this one is fine.
Okay, so as you step through, I'm going to need you to go ahead and make a con save for me.
Okay. It's 11.
Okay, so I'm going to have you go ahead and take 4 lightning damage as the outside of the door lights up and zaps you. You, for a moment, blink out of existence and then appear back at the beginning of this room, right near the door from the previous room, and your kilt and all things on you are gone.
It's like a plucked chicken.
Oh no. Don't look at me.
Oh no. Oh, I have an extra pair of clothes.
So literally all my stuff is gone?
Oh, yes, all of your stuff is gone. You have, unless it was like alive, it's like Nugget is okay, but your stuff is gone.
I mean, Nugget is not stuff. Nugget is a person, so I would assume that would be weird.
Offensive. How dare you? Oh my goodness.
Sorry. The implications.
He has a soul.
I also have a singular magic item. Is that also fine, or is it also gone? Because sometimes they stay.
What is your magic item?
It's a very nice wand that does stuff. It's a wand of web.
Are you attuned to it, or is it just something you can use? If you're attuned to it, I'll let you keep it.
I'm attuned to it, yes.
Okay, sure.
Oh, sweet.
Then you're there just holding your wand. otherwise nude.
I am naked holding my wand. Thank you, DM, for that.
Here's some clothes.
That I will definitely not fit because I think you are much taller than me.
One of the golems like elbows very slowly the other one and just goes ha 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 and like points at you.
I will spray web all over his face.
Spray web all over his face.
Yes,
Okay.
I would like to cover him in sticky white goo.
Willy's gonna check the other door and see if he can crawl through it.
So yeah, go ahead and make a athletics or acrobatics check for me. Dealer's choice.
I'll take acrobatics, and that'll be a 15.
All right. You are able to shimmy your way in here. Now, unfortunately, this is not like a comfortable crawl on your hands and knees through. You're doing that. I'm going into a hole in a cave thing, and I'm going to breathe all my air out and try to squeeze through this. And you're able to, being a thin, sort of gaunt man. So you do like and breathe it all out and push yourself in, and you scooch down and come through the other side in a long hole.
I actually don't breathe, so that's not really an issue.
Okay, then you don't.
I
do
just
that.
smash my body through it.
Willy, you are so good at spelunking.
Yes. I'm also good at, I don't know, swimming. I'm not bad.
Is there like a cave Willy spirit in there who's like, I'm going spelunking today?
I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. If I would have failed that roll, maybe there was.
Cave Johnson.
Yeah. But, yeah, I'm going to squeeze through and see if it leads me somewhere.
On the other side, the hallway does not appear as it did through the portal, through the shimmer of the door. You end up with in another decrepit hallway that leads down, and you see an ornate door at the end that's made of glass that has a light pouring out of it, a dim light.
I'll call back to my friends and be like, come on, guys, I think it was this way.
Oh, sorry, I breathe and I do not fit.
I'm small, I will probably fit.
You've got those weird bird limbs, so like you're all squiggly anyway.
I would prefer peculiar or something. Why am I weird limbed now?
Oh, wait.
I feel
Everyone
there's
stand
some
back.
animosity towards bird people here. I don't
Have
know.
you ever seen a bird without feathers? They're super creepy looking. Like,
Yes, I know. I crawled through the hole, okay?
Oh, Wing, do not feel bad. I think you are very much more useful than I am. I am stuck here. Oh, no.
I think you can probably squeeze with a good, I don't know, acrobatics performance.
All right, let's squeeze my gambeson-clad, chainmail-clad, 5'8" frame through this hole.
let's see if it happens.
No. Should I mention I am having worn heavy armor today, have disadvantage on things like stealth and dexterity checks. So not
Oh, yes.
Willy
okay.
has an idea. Can I just blast the crud out of all of these stones with Eldritch Blasts?
I mean, they are stones, and Eldritch Blast does tend to destroy things.
And my Eldritch Blast specifically, because of my invocations, allow me to pull a target I hit 10 feet closer to me. So I'm just going to start pulling large stones out from this, trying to at least loosen it up to where it would be easier for Jade to get through the tunnel.
Okay, so you go ahead and just give me like a damage roll in your Eldritch Blast. I just want to see, because I'm going to say you hit it because it's a stationary target.
That's a good house rule from now on. I've been doing ACs for things like doors. Like, if it's stationary, you hit it. I think it's a good... Yeah.
I mean, how do you mess that up?
It's been hard to explain when it has happened.
Yeah, I just sometimes use hardness if it's like people trying to break through a labyrinth wall, and I'm like, don't do that, you know, but otherwise, just let them hit it.
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast, 1d10, 12 points of damage.
All right, so there's one large block that you you shoot out this like greenish, purplish projection of energy from your hands, and it's like you're using the force to like twist the block and pull it, and it starts to shake, and dust comes and is like puffing out in big clouds, and you hear the stone like scraping against itself as you pull a brick directly out of the wall, this huge brick, and you create a small like 4 foot by 3 foot space that someone maybe who's wearing heavy armor could walk through probably.
Yay. I am inflexible, especially in my morals. All right. I wedge myself through this narrow crevice. Woo.
So you continue on through the hallway, and as you get closer to the glass door at the end, you hear the same voice say, "Congratulations, hero. Brains are truly greater than brawn. Thank you for showing me that you have again this skill of a true hero. Now, in this challenge ahead, a hero must protect those who cannot protect themselves. Make sure my familiar gets through this challenge alive, even if you have to put your well-being below his own." As the voice finishes, the doors slowly open on their own, and you enter into what looks like it's a squarish room, and on each wall on the sides of the room, there's 2 large stained glass windows on each side. You know, the room has a protrusion from the center wall across from you that continues on, and you see it's open. It's not a door. It just kind of continues on out. And there are 4 stained glass windows are there, and they are depicting a hero type figure in like different trials. So you have like, one with the sword up and it's like holding a dragon's head. You see one with it's like sort of, power pose, hands on the hips. Another one, it's like kneeling down and like patting a child's head. And in the other one, it's, it's got its hands above its head, and a sword is like coming down from above with like light coming down from it and stuff. And in front of you is also another lectern that has some instructions on it. It says, "You must bring the familiar from the starting point to the end of the room, and no harm can come to it." And when you look forward, between all 4 of the golems in the center of that area is a little, it's like a box, and inside the box is some dust and a bone.
Oh no.
Yeah, guys, I think somebody already did all these.
I cast Cure Wounds.
On
Is it dust and the bones? Oh, wait, no, I lay on my hands. I'm getting better at role-playing a paladin. That doesn't consume a spell slot. Then I can smite more. Later.
Smite. Smite.
I have 9 remaining hit points in the pool, so I would like to expend one of them on the dust and the bones. I touch it.
Yeah, so you touch it, but you actually don't expend anything because it's dead. There's no healing that can go on here. You as you touch the bone to sort of to pass some of your healing magic into it, it disintegrates in your hand, and you're left with like just some weird shards. And this is ancient stuff here, so it barely holds up. And you get the sense from the bones they were hollow, so it was probably some sort of a flying beast.
Oh no, wing! I believe that this was a bird like you, but it is long since past. I tried to heal it, it did not work. It died of old age, probably, or something. It's very dead. Sorry.
That's okay. Everything dies.
Oh my goodness, Wing! What? Oh.
No, it's quite true.
Great.
Some people die more than once.
Yes.
Willy picks up the box and goes, "All right, which way are we going?"
No, the box is affixed to the floor.
Oh, does anyone have a bag?
On the other end of the hall, you notice like down, maybe like 200 or 300 feet away, you see another box very similar to this one.
I mean, I have nothing to carry right now. I can just scoop up some of the remains, just walk with it.
Technically, that does transfer it without harm, doesn't it? Oh, it didn't say it had to be alive before you started. It's not a technical requirement. No.
They won't catch us on that technicality. Haha.
As this is going on, you guys are like sort of playing with the bones, looking at the box. Nugget makes his way over and smells one of the bones, and he starts to crawl into the box.
If it fits, he sits.
And it does fit. It's a snug fit for him, but it does fit. He feels very cozy in here. And as he starts to put his little nugget butt down on the bottom there and start to fall asleep, you hear a clinking of glass. And as you look up, you see the figures in the windows move and start to come out of the window. Glasswork golems come toward you, and they are drawing their swords and reaching out for you.
Including the little kid who was being pat on the head?
The little kid is not a glass golem. He is just glass.
Got it.
It's just the 4 champions that were depicted in there. You see the 4 golems come out, and let's roll for initiative because this is time to fight. One of the glass golems you notice is a little worse off than the other 3. It looks like part of him, like his leg may have been broken in some way.
Hey, Willy, remember that dagger I gave you? Yeah, I could really use it right now. I have nothing.
Oh, no.
Willy will pass it back real quick.
Thank you. I have a 7 initiative.
Okay.
Non-natural 1.
Wait. So
That's
you
right.
have a mind. Oh, no.
And
That's...
Willy?
8.
We got this.
I would like to, out of game, explain. I have a thing that activates if I'm within 5 feet of a companion. So I'd like to know like distances between companions and me just to maneuver. It's really rough to do with theater of the mind, but my goal is to be between the enemy and you guys, and like hopefully if you're within 5 feet of me, prevent you from taking damage with my shield. So, said before the battle.
I would imagine that you guys are all sort of around the box area where a Nugget is. So if you all would like to be within 5 feet, unless anyone has any objections to that, I'm fine
That's
with
okay.
that.
That's
That
okay.
works for me.
All right. It seems that one of the glasswork golems, the one who was patting the child's head, is a little bit ahead of the others and comes out and shambles over to you, Jade, looking like the classic sort of paladin hero. Definitely, he's stereotyping you and thinking that you're the good guy, but he's probably right anyway. So the glasswork golem comes over and he attempts to smash on you with his glass swords, and he makes 2 attacks on you. And what is your AC?
18.
All right, so that means there is 1 hit against you as the glass golem smashes at you with his glass sword. One of the hits bounce off you, but the other one connects with you for 4 damage, the glass giving you a nice little gash in your arm.
I make no sound because I'm trained and thinking about how I'm going to attack. Player of the character would have screamed and ran away.
After he hits you with that, he uses his bonus action to put up his hand and to make a dazzling 15-foot cone of light at you that catches you and Wing. You both need to make a Constitution saving throw DC 10 or be blinded for 1 minute.
Oh, no.
I pass.
19.
All right, you guys both pass, and the light is unable to affect you. So now we move on to Willy. You're up. The 4 of these guys have just come out of the windows. One of them has attacked your friend Jade, and there are 3 more who are staggering towards you. One of them, again, is walking on kind of a gimp leg.
They seem to be doing melee, so I don't want to do that. Yeah. You said one was looking worse for wear, right?
Yes. Yeah, he's got kind of a part of him is broken. The glass has been smashed.
Okay. Well, then I am going to use my bonus action to curse it. So I crit on a 19, and I deal proficiency as damage. Then I'm going to Eldritch Blast it. 17.
That is going to hit.
Cool. And I deal 8 points of damage. And it moves 10 feet closer to me.
All right. You smash into it for 8 points of damage, and it drags across the stone floor. You hear the glass creaking and screeching as it gets drawn across the stone floor. He's trying to dig in his glass heels, but he's unable to, and he's even closer to you now. You can see the part of him that's broken has, like, parts of it are falling away. Shards of his sword are now starting to come up and fall away as well. Is that your turn?
That will end it.
All right, a second Glasswork Golem is going to, this is one of the ones that is undamaged. He's going to go ahead and also attack you, Willy, as he sees that you've attacked his friend. They've been, in that same piece of glass for many, many centuries together, and they are just buds, and he is really upset that you tried to hurt him here. So he's going to go ahead and make an attack with his glass sword at you. And does a 13 hit?
No, it does not.
Both of his glass attacks glance off of you, and he's unable to connect in any meaningful way to you. But he does again holds up his hand, much as the other one did, and tries to blind you with a dazzling multicolored light that looks like the sun streaming behind a beautiful piece of stained glass. So please make a DC 10 con saving throw for me.
Ooh, that's a nat 1, my brother.
That's a nat 1, which means although you were able to evade his attacks, you are now blinded by the light. Revved up like a dude. Yeah, okay, there we all got there. So you are blinded for 1 minute, but you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns.
Cool.
That brings us to Wing. You are next, sir.
Okay, well, I am very prepared for this combat. I am equipped with a dagger, a wand of web, and some pants that keep falling off because they are too big for me. This is going great. Alright. So, I'm assuming that the 2 golems who have not really moved yet are kind of close together?
Sure.
Would you say that there is another golem within 20 feet of them?
Yes, they're all basically huddled around you guys, coming from each of 2 sides. So, like, left and right.
Alright. Coming from 2 sides. Okay. I would like to use my wand of web. However many of them I can get within a 20-foot cube, I would like to get within the web.
Okay, you can get 2 of them in the cube without getting the rest of the party, but you could get all of them in the cube if you got everyone.
Oh no, I don't want to make my companions sticky. That's weird. I will get I'm assuming that's the 2 that have not engaged with us yet, that I can get.
That is correct. Yep, you can get those 2.
Alright, I will spray them with web. They will have to make a dexterity saving throw, DC 15.
Alright, one of them makes the saving throw, but the other one does not, and is glued to the ground in the spot with your sticky white goo.
Alright, small point of correction on my part. The save should have been at the start of that turn, so you can just use that at the start of that turn instead. They would have only been restrained at that point. So that's my action, and then I wake Nugget up from his shortly nap and say, Nugget, now is your time to prove yourself. Show them how big and mighty warrior you have become. I will use my bonus action to command Nugget to stand next to Jade at the front lines and engage this glass thing that is attacking her. Because he is now big and strong enough to fight. So he will make a... that does not have a button, that's so sad. Okay. He will make a bite attack against that glass golem. Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit.
Very nice. All right. Then he will deal 3 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And that's about it. I kind of hide behind Jade because I have no armor currently.
So Nugget, jumps up, grabs onto one of the arms, and tries to bite onto it. Gets a little bit of glass in his mouth, spits it out, and does just a few points of damage to that Glasswork Golem. And that brings us to the final Glasswork Golems. To the, is that the end of your turn then?
Yes,
Wing?
yes, indeed.
Okay. So now there is the damaged Glasswork Golem who is at the absolute end of his lifespan here, but you see him as he does that, he sort of like, as he starts his turn, you see like a light pulse through him, and part of him starts to restore, and you can see that he seems like he's getting better somehow. You're not really sure, and he seems to heal. He then he's a little slower than his friends because his leg is smashed still. He tries to make his way over and is unsuccessful at getting all the way, as he does a bit of a Ministry of Silly Walks walk over. But the final the other unscathed golem is the one who is stuck now, so he is glued to the ground with your sticky web, and that brings us to Jade. You are in combat with one of the opponents, so within 5 feet.
I swing my sword and I deal 1 slashing damage. You said AC 15 hits, right? So 1 slashing damage on a D8. And then I do Sundra's Smite, and I do 1 and 2 damage. For a total of 4 damage, which is pretty close to the lowest I could possibly do. So, feeling not so...
Also, Nugget, that is standing next to you, gives you some of his magical energy, and you can add 1d6 lightning damage to your attack.
Woohoo! That's a 2. 6 damage.
Wow.
Oh, no.
So many dice.
Okay.
Dust those dice off.
It's okay. It doesn't feel great, but... Yeah.
Yes, it's pretty nice. Nugget can give you a infusion of lightning for one of your attacks.
That's pretty cool. Nugget and I are going to be buds because I can protect Nugget. Nugget can give me lightning. I like it. I do thunderous smites too, so like there's thunder already.
Ooh.
Lightning being added to that makes sense. Yeah.
That would be a sick combo attack.
Yeah.
As this is going on, you see like the hallway that you were looking down where the other basket is. You see a light like turn on above the other basket, kind of like, you know, like in a sports stadium, how when the lights come on, it's like chunk, and like the light comes on. You see that happen sort of on the other end. And then the Glasswork Golem, who is engaged with you, again, he also, like, you see like a light go through his body, and he seems to heal back up, and he looks as if nothing has at all happened to him since you smashed through him with your mighty mini smite.
May I make a free action?
You may make a free action.
Nugget, you are so good and strong. Thank you for the lightning. Please, go in the box. The other box, on the other end of the room.
Okay, Nugget has to act when...
after my turn.
Yeah, so he will act after his turn, but you do say that, and you see Nugget kind of... What does Nugget do, Wing?
In what language did you say that?
Common.
Okay, he looks at you confused. He only speaks Draconic. But don't worry. I heard it and I speak Draconic, so we'll make it work.
Okay. That ends my turn.
Okay, the Glass Golem comes at you again with his sword, and he makes his 2 attacks on you with his sharp glass sword. One of them whiffs completely over your head, but the other is...
I speak Draconic. Sorry, keep going. Keep going.
That's okay.
But I do speak Draconic. I was
but
like,
the revelation that you speak Draconic knocks him off of his game, and he is unable to connect with his first hit, because he's thinking, "Wow, she'd be so good on Dragon Jeopardy." And then, but the second sword, he comes in and smashes you with a 20, which I believe will hit you, and then he does Oh my goodness, coming right into a chink in your armor, up in your armpit. He does 9 points of damage with his glass sword.
Down to 9 hit points. Ow.
He is unable. He does not do his dazzling light attack, but that brings us to Willy.
So the one I shot last time is still up, right?
He's still up. He's still hurt, but he's not as hurt as the other. He's not as hurt as he was after you hit him.
Did I know Willy got blinded? Did he see that weird light that seemed to like maybe heal him?
So he saw that. He would not have seen that, no, because you saw the dazzling light and then he healed.
Okay, then I'm just gonna shoot where I saw him last to the best of my ability. Is that disadvantage or?
That's gonna be disadvantage, yeah, because you're blinded.
Okay, well, still not terrible. 10 points of damage.
Wow. All right, you bring him down pretty low. You don't see anything, but you hear your eldritch power smash into the glass, and you can hear like a cracking sound coming. It sounds like, like something big just hit your windshield, your fantasy windshield.
And I got an 18 on the dice to get my vision back.
All right, so your vision returns. The bright white that you were seeing before, the dazzling light recedes, and you are again able to see in this cave.
Slight retroactive. Can I do a bonus action to cast Hex on him, which would allow me to do an extra D6 in necrotic?
Yes.
Do they take necrotic?
They do.
Oh, that's a 6 on the dice, so that would actually be 6 plus whatever I said before.
Yes. All right. So you smash into him with this extra necrotic damage. It eats away from the inside. You can see like the glass molecules turning. He's like turning into sand. He's going back. It's like necrotic, but if you were a glass golem, and he just starts to turn into this pile of sand. You see him sink down, and like he's got like one arm up. He drops the sword and gives like a thumbs up as the rest of his body goes into a pile of sand.
Oh.
So, I know I haven't taken damage, but because I had Hexblaze cursed him, I would have sucked part of his life force out to sustain myself. And because I just hexed him, I can now move it to a new target. So I just look at the one that Jade's fighting and go, "You're next."
Okay.
And that will end my turn.
Okay, the next golem here is one that is stuck in place. He is going to attempt to free himself.
Yes, he may make a strength check to break himself loose.
Oh, he absolutely... it was a DC 10, you said, right?
15.
15. Then he super fails. I was going to say he just fails, but no, he super fails. And is unable... His brittle glass legs are unable to remove themselves from your sticky white web.
Yep, there it is.
That's... There was a ghost in here. Oh,
looks of disappointment all around.
So it's that's actually brings it to you, Wing, and then Nugget.
Yes. So the glass golem that Willy glassified or sandified was the one standing next to the one that is stuck in the web, right?
That is correct.
Okay. We'll leave it at that then.
So we have one dead golem, one golem stuck in a web, one golem fighting Jade, and the
Willy.
other one is sort of coming up, going to a fight as well. Jade.
How far away is the other box from us?
It's about 300 feet away.
300 feet. Oh,
it's not a long hallway. Yeah, it's about an American football field away.
Oh man. And I would have followed your suggestion, but since it's that far away, it's going to take a long time, and before that time we might be dead. So in that case, I will I will keep Nugget here to help us in fighting these things. I think we need it. Okay, I will tell Nugget to just keep fighting the one that is with Jade with my bonus action, And I will... I can help out as well. I will... I don't really want to step next to Jade to fight this thing as well, so I'm gonna throw my one dagger at it that I have. It's the one that's fighting Jade.
Okay, you throw your dagger at the one fighting Jade.
Here we go. Let's see. It's a range attack, that would be yes. Oh no, it's still a 5, yes. You are correct. And it's a natural one, so that's already that. That misses.
That's a miss.
Yeah, and then for Nugget's attack, that's a 24, so I think that'll hit.
That does hit.
For a total of, here we go, 8 piercing damage from Nugget.
Whoa.
See, he's Nugget
Nugget's
MVP.
quite strong.
Yes. It's
All
a good
right.
stat block.
So Nugget bites into him again, and you hear some cracking glass underneath, and the golem doesn't seem to react at all. I mean, it's a construct. It doesn't feel pain. It just continues to try to shake Nugget off and to get land another blow. That brings us to the I believe that brings us to the last golem to act. One of them is the sand one. This is next to the sand one. He kind of looks down where his friend was, and he charges Willy because he saw him destroy his friend. And Willy, you're going to go ahead and take 2. Let's see if we can hit you. What is your AC, Willy, again?
AC 15.
Oh, God, these guys just absolutely whiffs at you. Apparently the emotion of this emotionless being, seeing his friend die with a thumbs up, made him so upset that he's unable to connect at all with you. You just bob and weave around him like he's not even there. And that gives us Jade.
Jade is quite disappointed in herself from her previous round. So Jade raises her sword. She strikes across... I know. Jade lifts her sword diagonally from the bottom left to the top right, trying to score the glass so that it'll crack. I don't know. And does a 16 hit.
A 16 does hit.
Take 14 slashing damage as a boom of thunder tries to hit you as well.
Dang.
Please make a strength saving throw.
You may also once again add 1d6 lightning damage for it.
Whoa. And that's actually 18 damage total.
All right, it does not pass.
Please fall prone and be pushed 10 feet away from me.
All right,
boom
the
of
glass statue, or the glass golem, falls prone to the ground. You hear it scraping and making that horrible glass on stone sound as it gets pushed 10 feet away from you, leaving an opening. You are now not engaged with anyone at all.
All right, that ends my turn.
All right, so that brings us back to the first glass golem to the glass golem who just fell. He uses his half of his movement to stand up. He lumbers over to you, and before he stands up, and then the light pulses through him again. You see parts of the cracks, not all of them, but most of them, close back up as he heals again.
In Draconic this time, I say, Nugget, I don't have an accent in Draconic, expressing that I have an accent. See? Nugget, please go to the box. I have 9 hit points left. No, I feel very bad, and I'm not doing anything to this enemy. You're our only hope, cutie pie.
The box is warm and inviting.
You fit. You should sit.
Player me is thinking the box is 4 rounds away. That's a lot of rounds.
They're healing and I'm gonna die. I could be wrong, but I'm not doing much.
Okay.
It's okay if I pass out, but you guys shouldn't die.
Okay, I have a strategy. Well, I think I have an idea that could work, because do you have any more of those smites that knock them away?
I used both of them already.
Okay.
Can't you push pull with your Eldritch Blast?
That's what I'm thinking, but we would need people to ready in action, and they would just have to move as far away as they can, and then I would just be, like, moving and, like, making sure they couldn't get close, because they don't have ranged attacks. So...
We could try to outrun them because I'm no longer in melee, so I wouldn't get an attack of opportunity against me. So I could like try to move because I attacked, so I could move away.
Oh, why don't you could, yeah, I don't know. We'll play it out. Well, Willy hits. Let's see if I can down him because then we're just down to 2.
Okay, all right. So before I end my turn, then I am going to start to move. I have a 30 movement speed, so I'm now 40 feet away from the one that is cracked and prone.
Okay. Well, he stood up during his turn, but yes.
Yeah, I saw. I don't, oh gosh, it's all out of order. It's okay if I don't do that, but I don't know.
That's fine. No. He stood up, but I'll give it to you because I'm fine. So, Willy, was that your? Well, what are you doing your turn? That was your strategy.
Oh, am I next?
You are next. Sorry.
Okay, then I hit and I do 13 points of damage to the one that's already been damaged. Does it die?
It does not die.
Yeah, we gotta run.
Ooh, that's a very bad sign. Yeah, no, we can't do this. This is too much.
Okay.
But I agree that it's also very far. Like, Wing, you're also right.
Then this is what we have to do. You guys have to go, and then I'll just stay behind and Eldritch Blast anyone that gets past me. And, like, keep them from going down the hallway.
That's a better strategy than I just die. I like it. Yeah, let's do it.
Because even if I go into death saving throws, I have advantage, and if the battle ends when you solve the puzzle, you'll have extra turns to get me back up.
Player to player, you don't get death saving throws if you take massive damage, so heads up, you can still die, but let's try it. I know you want to edge towards that, so let's do it.
Oh, they won't massive damage me.
You also, I think there's something about like failing saving throws if you get hit while you're down. So, but I know you want to do this. So let's do it. Let's do it.
I believe in you.
Do it.
The Glasswork Golem who you just Eldritch Blast for a bunch of points. You see the shimmering light go through him again. The cracks resolve themselves, fill themselves in. Although he is not totally uncracked, he is healing a bit each round due to the nature of his glass self. And he charges at you, again, Willy, and attempts to hit you with his glass swords. And unfortunately, he is unable to connect again with one, but he does strike in with one of the blows that he brings to you and does 6 points of damage.
Alrighty.
Wing, you and Nugget, please.
Okay, so I hear we have a strategy. So I'm assuming that Jade, the movement you did was towards the other box.
Yeah.
Okay, I will follow your lead, and I will run after you, and I will also tell Nugget to use his action to dash and get as far away as he can towards the box.
Yeah, because you're not in, because I pushed it away, so it's no longer in melee distance of Nugget, so you have your full, you don't get attack of opportunity. Woo!
Yep, you guys can both dash. Does Nugget have a flying speed, or is he,
Oh, no.
How dare you?
What?
Hold on.
He has no wings.
He will it was a valid question. He will have wings one day, maybe. Perhaps.
Wait, what? What?
Don't worry about it. Spoilers.
What?
Oh yeah, baby.
But he does,
baby.
He does have a 40-foot movement speed, so it dashes 80 feet. So he goes a long way.
Yes, he's almost a third of the way down to the box. You can see him looking at it, and it looks as if he's like really anticipating a good snuggle once he gets in there. So he's like moseying down. He's ready to rock. And are you doing anything on your action, or is it just?
Oh yes.
Are you
I
dashing
will.
as well?
No. I will make sure they cannot follow us as easily. I will use another casting of a web from my wand to layer a web right behind us. So if they try to follow us, they will have to cross the web area, and that is difficult terrain, and they might get stuck.
In the
All
10
right,
feet
so
between me and the
Yeah, if I can get any of the golems in that area again as well to start out with, that would be great. Otherwise, it's just to slow them down so they can't chase us as easily.
All right, you are able to cast. Do you want to cast it on the far side or the near side of Jade?
Oh, no, basically behind us. So if they try to chase us, they will be slowed down.
The far side of the moon.
Okay, yes, okay. I didn't know if Jade was going to be on the basket side or on the fight side, and I just wanted to clarify. So she'll be on the not on the fight side. So you cast the web, and you create this large, it's almost like a river of web going across and up the walls a bit in this walled up area, and you see, there are like little spiders crawling out of the darkness, kind of like, what is this? A new condo development? And so is that the end of your turn?
Yes, I am happy with this real estate that I have delivered to these spiders.
Okay.
You bring joy to the spider world.
I am the Spider King.
One of the Glasswork golems, who's remains, sees that you guys are starting to run away and targets, locks his eyes onto Nugget, and as Nugget gets further and further away, you see the glass golem kind of like look around as if he's lost him, and he locks eyes on you two who are on the other side of the web, and he starts to move towards you. He's unable to get all the way to you. He is not dashing, he's just continuing to move, but he walks through the webs and slows way down and is unable to continue his movement out of the webs. Which
he may also make a dexterity saving throw as well to be restrained,
all
maybe.
Right.
DC 15 again.
Oh, he's stuck in the web. Crushing unfortunate spiders beneath his glass feet. He's stuck in the web, and the spiders are like, what the hell, man? That was my friend Larry. And unfortunately, he is stuck there, which brings us Jade. You are on the other side of this river of web. You see a spider massacre happen in front of you, and then this poor glass golem gets stuck in a bunch of webs. What are you doing?
Is Willy on the same side of the webs as me?
Willy is on the other side of the webs. So Willy was stayed and was fighting the glass golems, and that was the picture that I got out of all of this. You guys are running along with Nugget, trying to get him into the basket, while Willy is trying to fight off the golems.
Okay, then I will stand here, and if they get through the web, like maybe I'll back up 20 feet or something, but if they get through the web, I'd like to delay them from getting to Nugget. So I'm like the second line of defense. I'm respecting Willy's choice. I'm letting Willy be the first line of defense. And then I'm like a movement away from Willy if I need to move over to Willy and help. I know that I will die if I continue to take any more damage.
Would that be a ready to attack action then?
Yeah, I will ready an attack. And if I was standing next to you, Willy, I could do this thing called interception where I can reduce the damage that you take by like a lot. Possibly as much damage as you took at this level. Interception's pretty crazy. So I wish I was standing next to you, but at the same time, they're hitting me every single time. And if I took 9 damage in one turn, and if I take 9 more damage, I will just drop. And then I won't be good for interception either way. So I'm going to ready a lay on hands if Willy drops. That's my reaction. I will go over and give you 1 hit point. It'll help you with your death saving throws because it'll reset you back to 0 death saving throws to give you 1 hit point. So that's the most useful thing I can do, I think. Yeah, thought that through out loud. Sorry, everyone listening to me drone on. I'm going to ready a lay on hands.
I like that, though, because that gives people a window into the thought process that goes on during, character interactions and combat. So I like it. I don't mind. I think it's smart.
Thanks. I will not delete it. Okay.
No, do not. No editing. I cast no immutable edit.
Okay.
The Glasswork, one of the Glasswork golems who was engaged with you, who you had knocked down previously, he's up and he is also now walking over in the direction of the webs. He's going to attack the web and see if he can break his friend free of the web. So he's going to go ahead and do damage to that. Do you know the amount of damage that those webs can take offhand?
The webs, they are described what happens if you hit them with fire damage. I think what he would like to do is probably a strength check to pull the webs off his friend. That's probably the closest thing to the effect you want to do.
Okay. So he goes to yank the webs off of his friend, and he is successful. He is able to pull the webs off of his friend. The spider carcasses fall down all around him, and he rips the webs free, cuts them with his glass swords, and now both of the golems are facing you guys down. And one of them is still involved with Willy.
I'm definitely picturing a parallel mini story. Like, if this ever were to get turned into a book or something, there would be like the spider quest for a good home and a new land for their people, and that would take up like 90% of the pages, and then we would be in The Hobbit, you know, that hero coming in the last 30 pages being like, I kill Smog, and then we would both create and destroy the condos. The spiders. We're just the side characters in this greater story.
The greater spider verse, yes.
But that story is a tragedy, because then a whole bunch of them died.
The tall ones giveth, and the tall ones taketh away.
Yes.
The great coming of the feet. Yes.
The what? The great.
Coming of the feet. You know, when the feet come and crush you.
The feet pigs? What?
Yeah.
That's you, Wing. No, I'm sorry, Willy. Sorry, Willy.
Willy hits the one that was trying to break his friend out, pulling it 10 feet closer, but only doing 6 damage.
All right. You hit him, and just as he's like
ends his turn,
pulling the last bits of web across him, he's like bent over doing that. You hit him right in the ass and drag him like still bent over, trying to pull those back about 10 feet. And he's like a little confused. You can tell something's going wrong here. The golem who is still engaged with you, Willy, is going to... He heals himself again, and you see him go all lit up again, and he heals himself, and then he attempts to push you down, to grapple you. So I'm going to go ahead and make... And that is an opposed strength check, is that correct?
Mm-hmm. And that's a... non-natural 1, so yeah, he beats me.
So he only got a 4, so it wasn't like he was doing super great, but he manages to get at you, and he holds you tight in like a glass bear hug and tries to keep you from moving anymore and from doing anything but grappling with him. Wing, you and Nugget are up.
Okay, I will follow Nugget, but before I do that, I will cast Good Berry, creating 10 healing berries, and I will give 5 of those to Jade while I'm still next to her. So she has another option for healing, and then I will move after Nugget, and Nugget will once again dash for 80 feet.
Okay, so Nugget is now within 1 turn of the basket at the end. We were only estimating distances, and to make things easy, he is 1 turn away from getting to the basket, which brings us to the glass golem who had broken free and who was just extricated from the webs by his friend, and he is going to go ahead and run up to you, Jade, and see if he can't attack you again. So let's see what we can do. You are within range. He is going to make his 2 attacks on you. One of them is going to hit. The other is going to glance off of your heavy armor. This one only doing 6 damage.
I wince, but maintain my pose. I like unmoving, you know, like I gotta go lay on hands on Willy if he starts to die. So I'm down to 3 hit points. But ow, stand. Ow.
Jade, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna hit this person. Slash glass figurine. I'm gonna smash the glass. I'm gonna break that glass. In case of fire. Oh, okay. I believe I hit. I got a natural 20.
Oh.
Then you definitely hit.
Okay. I
Crit smite.
I wish
Yes.
I still had smites. I just have the 3 damage from that D8 and the 3 damage from the second D8.
So 6 damage?
Yeah, smash the glass.
All right,
Have
so
you added your strength to that damage?
You know, no, I didn't.
let's try that
I
again,
was
folks.
like, what is going on with this paladin this time? And I have not been adding my strength this entire time. 3 from the first D8, 3 from the second D8, and 3 from my strength bonus. DM.
All right. So you bring your sword down on this guy's sword, and he parries, but as he does, you smash through the sword, cracking it into thousands of little glass shards, like a puff of glass dust almost, and the sword drops from his hand.
I'm sorry I killed you, ancient beautiful thing.
It's a golem. It's fine, and they heal. He's
Okay, good.
probably going to be okay. So you smash the sword out of his hand, so now he only has one remaining sword. And with that, it brings us to the golem who was just pulled away from his friend towards Willy, who charges again forward. Now he is just unable to meet you, Jade, but he is coming towards you. He can sense something is going on down that hallway. Willy, talk to me, Goose.
Oof. Out of slots. Just going to be an opposed strength check. And it's a very middling thing. I just want to push him off me so I can get up.
Okay.
I got a 12.
Ooh. Holding steady at a 17 over here. The glass guy has you in a full Nelson. He's got his glass elbow wrapped around his glass fist, and he's squeezing it into your neck.
That's all I got.
All right, which brings us to the glass golem, who is, again, who only has the one sword now. He makes a single, he heals himself and does do quite a bit of healing for himself, and then does a single attack. The sword does not grow back.
Good.
Luckily for you. And he's unable to connect with your incredibly high, amazing AC because you're wearing heavy armor and can't squeeze through narrow passageways. And you hear just like the tinkling of glass. This is also kind of a weird fight because everything sounds nice.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like crystal glasses and goblets being clinked and at a party, except they're trying to kill you.
I forgive them.
Wing, you and Nugget are here. You're up.
I shout, Nugget, do it! Be the hero you always mentioned to be! And Nugget will run forward and jump in the small box.
All right. As soon as Nugget jumps into the small box, you see the glass golems freeze and start to back and return to their, except for the one who is turned into sand. He's still sand. They back into their frames and go back into their poses. The hands over their head, the petting the child guy, all of those ones, they're back. And you see the light above Nugget turns an even brighter white, and you see the door behind him. There was a hidden door, must have been, swing open, and you can see into another room, and you hear a voice that says, "Excellent, you understand the value of protecting the innocent and those who cannot help themselves. Step forward into the next chamber."
So, fun fact, the floor of this chamber is also now has quite a large amount of copper pieces on it, because I forgot that I no longer have my sombrero, so there's copper pieces falling everywhere I go.
I forgot about that.
Oh no, my money!
The breadcrumb
Sombrero.
trail of copper.
Yes, Wendell can find us in case of emergency by following the copper pieces.
Right.
All right, well, let's book it. That wasn't so bad.
I use the rest of my 9 lay on hands on myself because you're saying it's not so bad, and I go up to 12 hit points.
I would like to give Willy free good berries, so you can heal 3 hit points if you want to.
Oh, thank you.
They are food
Lunches
though,
and
so I
that.
don't know where you were, if you have any issue with that.
Yeah, he just, pushes them way too hard onto his tongue.
So you head into the next room. This is, it looks a bit like an office. There's an old man, see-through, sitting at a desk, sort of like rifling through some very old yellowed scrolls. and there's like a small lantern on the desk. And as you guys walk in, he turns around and he looks at you, and he sort of looks you up and down. He looks very quizzical, and he says, "You're not the true hero. What are you guys doing here?"
How do you know that we are not the true hero? We passed all the tests.
No, but the true hero. Here, I have the prophecy. Here, it says he's tall, and
Check.
he's blonde, and
Died.
he's got... What?
It's a dye job, man.
No, it says here, natural color. There's many things this seems incorrect. How? You couldn't last a moment against the great old one.
Hello, we are here to politely request that you move your sword. Please change your sword to another location. Thank you.
I can't. This is the ancient table. Ancient table. The ancient temple of the sword. This is the only weapon that can defeat the great old one and stave off the end of the second age.
So Willy's gonna walk up to him and make an intimidation check and flutter his hair away, show his green, sunken, smoking pits of eyes, and just go, "I am the great old one. Give me the sword."
He looks at you and he sort of like clutches his cloak, and he's like, "Whoa, now there, you don't look right, boy. What are you doing?" But and he's very flustered. Are you really the great old one?
I would like to use thaumaturgy to make all the candles in this room dim and to a very low burning to add to this effect.
Okay. He like looks around at the candles, and you can clearly see this is freaking him out a lot, and he's like, but where's the champion? He was supposed to be here by now. I mean, he's a few years late, I think, but
"Whatever god you fear is nothing compared to my soul.
oh god,
I
he is
am
the
the
great
king
old one.
of all creation.
Oh, Jesus.
Give to me what is mine before I am forced to take it."
He already won. This is the third age. You missed it.
What?
This is the great old one, and this is the third age.
Oh. But I thought the prophecy clearly states here in paragraph 4 that the champion is supposed to come and defeat him, keeping us in the second age. How could we be in the third age? This is preposterous.
"You force me to blaspheme." And I rip up his prophecy.
Oh.
So as you rip the prophecy up, he like is totally aghast at this, and he's like, "What? So wait, let me get this straight now. You're in charge now, great old one?"
"I am the greatest of old ones. I contain multitudes."
That sounds uncomfortable, but so maybe we got some bad information here. I thought the great old one was supposed to bring in 1,000 years of darkness. Is that not the case, you two?
That already happened. You have been on the ground. You do not know when it is light or dark.
And don't worry, this is he is old, but he's a nice guy. You know, sometimes he has a scary voice, but most of the time he has a nice voice.
The 52-year-old says, "Yeah, don't be prejudiced against old people."
Are you kidding me? The wizard who created me is probably dead 1,000 years by now, I suppose. So what did you want? You want the sword?
No.
Do you need it?
No, you can keep the sword. We just want it to be moved.
Whoa, Jade, let's not get crazy here. We want the sword.
He needs the sword.
To be out of the way of the cappuccino machine. Also, welcome to the third age. We have cappuccino.
Well, if you have cappuccino, the great old one can't be that bad.
Welcome to your new master and home. Come, we have cafe.
All right. Hey, wait, is there any nearby? I'd take some. He says, hold on a sec. And you see him disappear for a moment, and then he reappears again, and he's got the sword, and he's like, all right, I've got it. Who wants it? You? The great old one. Here, your great oldness.
Oh,
Head desk. The chosen champion was the golem the whole time.
Willy takes the sword and goes, thank you very much.
You're welcome, great old one. Compliments of Dr. Rex Mechadol.
Oh.
I have a PhD in magicology.
You sound like you would be very useful above ground. Why are you staying down here this whole time? Come with me. I will take you to Je t'aime. We will get you a cafe. And guess what? They have
What?
vegan butter.
Is it consent brand?
Yes. Long prophesized. Just finally arrived. Now vegans too can enjoy butter.
My lord, how old is this butter?
It was prophesized for a long time.
It's prophesized for...
This episode is not sponsored by Consent Butter. But Consent
What do
Butter,
you
if you want
mean
to
it is?
sponsor us, you give us a shout.
Yeah.
We're
Somebody
just big fans.
invents a consent butter just so they can sponsor us.
A small orb, like a glowing orb, floats over to you that seems to be part of this projection that you've been speaking with, and the orb kind of floats over in your general direction, Julian, gets into your hand, and he says, all right, just keep that with you, and let's go to this pastry place you talked about. Hold on one sec, and you see him close his eyes, and he like snaps his fingers, and as he does, you guys appear on the street out in front of the building. The stone is gone, the sword is gone, and Mac comes up to you and he's like, hey, you three, what did you do? You got rid of it, huh? How did I get that bonus after all? This is great.
Dr. Rex, I have a question. I was not naked when I entered your labyrinth of tests. Do you perhaps have my stuff somewhere?
I was going to mention that was kind of odd of you to come in the buff, but yes, I have that. And he goes and claps his hands, and as he does, all of your positions come back, and you are
thank
fully
God.
clothed. Then you also have an additional beret that somehow got lost in the cloakroom.
So I have a sombrero with a beret on top of it. Okay,
Yes.
I like that.
You got the entire lost and found. Wasn't sure which one of it was yours.
It's good day. I got new kilt, new beret. Very nice.
And Mac says, yeah, so you guys like come back at the end of the week, and I should have this wrapped up. I'll give you 1,500. You guys could split it up however you want, whatever. I'm going to look the other way on the sword and the whole rock thing. If you want to keep it, it's good for you.
Yes, I will be keeping it.
All right, and that concludes this week's Fire-Breathing Kittens adventure. We had playing with us today, Jade.
Dr. Rex Mexitol, I am sorry you missed the twilight of your Imperium, but you will like this new age and cappuccino.
And vegan butter.
And vegan butter.
Wing.
It is true what they say, Nugget. You don't miss what you have until you don't have it anymore. It is very nice to not be naked. Trust me.
And the many people that are Willy.
Hey, Cassandra, I got the sword.
She is, she sees it and she is like absolutely pissed. You can tell she is just like having none of it. And she's just like, fine, so you get this sword. Goodbye. Don't call me.
Goodbye.
Bye.
You can hear her like mumbling under her breath.
I think she said to call her or something. You should do that.
Maybe in a future episode.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Yes, thank you again for listening, everyone.
Bye.
See you next time on The Fire-Breathing Kittens.
Are you ready to be you fully? Welcome to Unabashed You, conversations to become who you already are. The focus at UI is to be who you are without apology, for you are one of a kind without equal. Be encouraged as these conversations will help you think, celebrate who you are, and move you in some way. Head over to unabashedyou.com to listen, see photos, and read thought-provoking blog posts, or listen on your favorite podcast platform. We know you will be glad you did. Be unabashed, be you.
Do you love fashion or just curious about the fashion industry and the fascinating people behind the runway? If so, join me, Kirsten Holtz-Naeem, host of a Fashion Moment podcast, where I give you a behind-the-scenes look into one of the most elusive industries in the world, fashion. You'll hear personal stories from icons like Kimora Lee Simmons, Cynthia Rowley, Fern Malice, and more. Tune into a Fashion Moment, available on all major podcast platforms.
If you're a fan of movies that are true stories, I've got a new podcast recommendation for you. It's called Based on a True Story, and it is the podcast that compares Hollywood with history. You'll learn from historians, authors, TV and film consultants, and sometimes even the real people the movies are based on as they separate fact from fiction in your favorite movies. Hear how much of the gangster movie Donnie Brasco happened from the real Donnie Brasco himself. Listen to the real history behind Downton Abbey from Lady Carnarvon. Laugh along with the real guys that the comedy movie Tag was based on. Get some extra stories from the production set from the historical consultant on the movie The Alamo. Those are just a few examples, so when you're ready to learn how much of your favorite movie really happened, subscribe to Based on a True Story in your podcast app of choice, or find it at basedonatruestorypodcast.com. Once again, that's basedonatruestorypodcast.com.